New York Rangers have beaten the LA Kings 7 consecutive times here at Madison Square Garden. In goal for his 3rd consecutive start for the LA Kings, Stéphane Fiset, one-time member of the Quebec Nordiques and Colorado Avalanche, but fewest goals support. Fewest goals scored for him when he's in goal last season, 2.50. Mike Richter, strong game the other night.
With all goaltenders who had started at least 30 games.
That's right.
The Kings simply didn't score last year. Yes, you're right. Mike Richter, a real strong game to begin the season. The 2-2 tie with the Islanders.
Mark Fawcett, the referee tonight. Jean Morin, Stéphane Provost are the linesmen.
With the French connection going as the officials in this one. Ulf Samuelsson lost 9 pounds with the flu. Did not practice yesterday, did skate this morning, and he will play his first game of the season with a brand new helmet on.
Closed captioning provided by the New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit. And we're underway. Brian Skrudland, Bill Burke, Alexei Kovalov. That line put together in the 3rd period on Friday night opens up. On the fence, Ulf Samuelsson, Alexander Karpovtsev. Kovalov centering pass deflected on goal. Skrudland missed the rebound. Robitaille's got the puck. Luc Robitaille with former Ranger Ray Ferraro, number 26. Brad Smith, number 11. On defense, Rob Blake, number 4. Doug Smolak, number 2. A whistle for icing on the Kings. We'll bring it back.
Kind of a funny change to Los Angeles. The Rangers nearly score, almost had themselves a real good scoring chance to start the game. And then the Kings, Robitaille went over to the bench for a change, and no one was ready to jump on the ice. And the Kings end up getting called for icing here early in the 1st minute of the 1st period. And interesting how we talked to Luc Robitaille before the game about how big the game is. And he says, yeah, he put a few bucks on the table for the game winner if their team happens to get it. There you can see in front of the net, Kovalov got the puck there, and the Rangers tried to jam the puck in behind the Kings net.
Luc said he learned a lot in his 2 years in New York, John, and asked what he learned. He said learned a lot about leadership, especially from Mark Messier. Gave him a lot of credit.
And he also was very thankful to Neil Smith for trading him to Los Angeles. One place, if he had to leave New York, that's one place he wanted to go.
Gretzky, Stevens, and Sundstrom on for the Rangers with Leach and Bukaboom. Blake with a hit on Stevens. Stevens trying to stay with it. Puck taken by Joseph Stumple, who moves it out to Sandy Moger, 2 former Boston Bruins. Moger sends it in, and the Kings change on the fly.
Now they're trying to get matchups as quick. See, the Robitaille line started the game. They're right back on the ice to go opposite Gretzky.
Gretzky behind the back pass, broken up by Doug Smolak. Robitaille takes the puck, leads Brad Smith. The former Florida Panther, his shot deflects up in the crowd. Another good offensive player who scored well in the minor leagues, and hoping that he will score well. Brad Smith. There's a look at Luke wearing an A. We are still in the opening minute. Kevin Stevens on being compared to Luc Robitaille. Luc might be a better pure scorer than I am, but he's not going to go up and down the ice. He's not the skater I am. He's not going to go wide and drive to the net the way I do. My game is skating. No one ever said that about Luc. We don't play the same way, not at all.
That's very accurate. Very well said. And Luc is a pure scorer and has shown that throughout the years. It'll be interesting to see here if the Rangers change on the fly for matchups. Obviously, we've seen early the Kings do it. I think the Rangers would just like to establish their own game, get playing everyone in the same direction, pulling for each other, and get a little bit of team play going in their play.
They have LaFontaine with Mike Keane and Adam Graves on. Leach and Bukaboom still on. Bukaboom with a hit on Robitaille, who's able to clear the zone. Played across, LaFontaine with the interception. Here's Graves. Keane finds the puck, takes a bump, and the puck cleared out to center. Leach plays it back. Rangers changing. Jeff Findlay has come on. Deflects into the Kings zone. Only change in the Rangers lineup is Ulf Samuelsson in. Eric Cairns sits tonight, along with Doug Lidster, Ryan Vandenbush, and Johan Lindbaum. Kings swing it around. Craig Johnson, number 23, is on, along with Glenn Murray, number 27, the right wing. And the center is Yannick Perreault, number 44. Sean O'Donnell, number 6, on defense, with Aki Berg. Number 5, Berg did not play in the game in Boston. He did play opening night. This is an icing on the Rangers.
Interesting, Los Angeles sitting their first draft choice Ole Jokinen. They want him to sit in the stands and have a look at the game from above and see how hard you have to play each and every night. They felt that he played okay in game 1 in Pittsburgh, but not as well in Boston in game 2. And they do have a 5-game trip. The kid's young.
He's 18.
Yeah, number 3 overall in this past draft. But the Kings, they want to get him going right away, and he has to learn about how hard it is to play each and every night in this league. Here, Patty LaFontaine moves on. The newly married Maddie Nordstrom works him over a little bit. That was smart. LaFontaine didn't go to the boards first to get the puck. Sometimes he's going to have to be smart and hold up and move in so he's not the receiver of the big hits and perhaps another head injury.
Skrudlandberg and Kovalov back on for the Rangers. No score in the game. We have played about 2.5 minutes. Wolf Samuelsson with the puck. Stumple chasing him. On the boards, Kovalov trying to clear it out. Skrudland stopped by Sandy Moger. And sent back in. Donald McLean, number 10, on for the LA Kings. 20-year-old rookie who played very well in camp and made the team. Last year playing in the Quebec Junior League. Kovalov, pick from Skrudland. Keeps moving with the puck. Gets a shot off that deflects wide. In comes Bruce Driver to move it behind the net. Sean O'Donnell poked it away from Kovalov. O'Donnell trying to get it out of the zone, but Kovalov keeps it in. Now it's Hockey Bird. O'Donnell moving. And the Kings get to center. Stumple brings it in against Finley. The drop to Moger. The shot high and off the glass.
Stumple's a dangerous playmaking center. Doesn't look like he's moving very quick, but he passes the puck very well.
Big collision. Gretzky. Kovalov there. It was Matt Johnson for the LA Kings, who's just coming back from a suspension.
4 games.
2 preseason, 2 regular season. Gretzky across the line. The lead to Driver in front. The shot, score! Beautiful goal for the Rangers. Nicklas Sundstrom finishing.
What a shot that was. In fact, it was a good play all the way up ice. The key pass was Gretzky's pass before the great pass for the goal. There you see the turnover inside the Rangers blue line. Gretzky he's caught. The Rangers have a 4-man rush, and look at Gretzky's pass, and then the second pass, and a great shot by Sundstrom. You can see Stevens goes to the middle, takes some traffic. Driver moves the pass across. Sundstrom shoots off the pass. What a play. Rob Blake was the player, number 4, who turned the puck over inside the Rangers blue line, and the Rangers took advantage of it. All the way up ice. The same moves across. He can't get there. Sundstrom beats him with a quick shot, and it's the first time the Rangers have led this season.
Nicklas Sundstrom gets number 1 at 3:48. Gretzky and Driver assisting. Great pass by Driver.
Oh, yeah. You know, the whole thing started when the Rangers forced the Rob Blake turnover inside their blue line, and in 2 or 3 passes, and all of a sudden it's in the net.
LaFontaine leads Graves. Offside Rangers. 4 minutes, 2 seconds gone by. Rangers have grabbed the lead. This is the place to be for the most complete coverage of Yankee playoff baseball. Following tonight's Yankee-Cleveland Game 4, Al Troutwig, Bob Page on the post-game report brought to you by your Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers. It's immediately following the conclusion of the Yankees-Indians game in Cleveland. So far, a good start for New York teams. The Giants beating Dallas, the Jets beating Indianapolis.
And 2 more to go.
Yep. Craig Johnson moving in. Nordstrom was open. He didn't see him. The shot.
Penalty, though.
Was blocked, and a penalty is called.
Yeah, there was a turnover in the neutral zone. The Kings had an odd man rush, and on the back check, I think Stevens or Gretzky, Stevens, I believe, will get caught for holding the stick penalty. You'll see the puck in the neutral zone here as everybody battles for it. Then there's the turnover. Look at this 2-on-1, and right in there is where you see the penalty. And Bukaboom does a great job blocking the pass or shot or whatever the attempt was as the Kings tried to move the puck in front. Way back there you see the penalty as Stevens is holding his man. You call that water skiing, where you hook the man that's in front of you and you let your feet just glide and basically it's like you're water skiing behind the boat. So Stevens is in the penalty box, and the Kings go on the power play, and they've only had 7 opportunities this season to this point, but the Kings do have 3 goals. 3 for 7. Galley helps. He's out there, number 3, and Robitaille will help, and he's on the ice.
And so will Blake with a big shot from the right side. Blake and Galley play the points.
I think for the Kings to have a successful season, they're developing some young players, but their power play has to be good. Last year was only 13.6%. That's just not good enough. But when you look at this first unit on the ice right now, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good line.
Stumple's a playmaker. Smith can score. Robitaille can and has. And with Galley and Blake, the Rangers, I think that the first minute here is the most important minute when you look at the Kings. Their second unit, I don't think, can be nearly as good as this first unit.
Little huddle for the Rangers. Skrudland, Samuelsson, and Keane talking things over. Karpovtsev is on as well. Kevin Stevens for hooking at .427. Last season, you see the numbers for the LA Kings. Their power play was way down, and it really hurt them badly. Samuelsson off the face-off win by Skrudland, clears all the way down. Blake and Galley play the points. Stumple, Brad Smith, number 11, and Luc Robitaille up front. Gary Galley in his second tour with the LA Kings. Well, he started his NHL career. Rob Blake winds up. Big drive saved by Richter. Rebound pushed wide. Robitaille got to it. Keane couldn't find it. Galley shoots. Save. Richter. Long rebound to Keane. Cleared by Skrudland. 2 sharp saves on hard point shots by Blake and Galley. Stumple makes his way across. Offside. Smith up the blue line. Half a step too soon.
Interesting here. The Rangers will use Keane and Skrudland as a penalty killing unit against Luc Robitaille's power play, and then generally they come back with Berg and Sundstrom. But I see here Graves is on the ice with Sundstrom. Here the Rangers really battle for the loose puck. The puck caroms in front. Here's Galley's shot. Richter challenged twice down low, made some good saves, and Ulf Samuelsson back killing penalties in a very aggressive fashion, taking people out, banging them around.
Send it in. Ray Ferraro took a hit from Bukaboom. Galley moves it. It was blocked. And it's poked out of the zone by Adam Graves. Graves and Sundstrom on with Bukaboom and Leach. Ray Ferraro with Yannick Perreault, number 44. Glenn Murray, number 27. Blake and Galley still on as the point men. 50 seconds to go in the LA power play. 5:40 gone by. First period. Leach forced an offside with his play at the blue line. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. Reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
The Rangers' first penalty killing unit did the job, allowing 2 shots. Now the Stumple unit goes off, and Ray Ferraro's line is out there. Ray Ferraro had off-season sinus surgery, missed the beginning of camp. It seems to be okay.
I think he may still be a little surprised that he's an LA King. I think he fully expected
he ended up redoing a deal, or got a couple of years. So I think he made the decision mentally, Sam, from what I've been able to read. I didn't talk to him about it, but from what I've been able to read, mentally, he signed the deal, he had the surgery, and he's with the Kings, and that's just the way it is. I think all last year there was this feeling that I've got to get traded by the deadline. I want to go somewhere else. But I think it's settled down in LA now.
Bukaboom with a clear. Rangers' third penalty killing pair. Eastwood and Berg on. Hussein leaves the puck behind. O'Donnell with the outlet pass. Perreault goes for the puck. Driver checks him. Murray checked by Jeff Finley. Perreault moves it. Ferraro looking for it. Out of the box comes Kevin Stevens. The teams are back at full strength. Berg moves it. Now Eastwood. Broke it up in front by Sean O'Donnell. Perreault tries to play the puck. Kings still without Vitaly Yachmanev, scoring winger. He's a Group 2 free agent. He's not been able to agree on a new deal. He's working out on his own in LA. There's Jeff Finley. 13:08 to go. Kings called for icing. Rangers with a 1-0 lead. Philadelphia leading Phoenix 1-0 in the first in their game. Buffalo is at Tampa Bay. Colorado at Edmonton. Rangers go on the road to Edmonton. Will leave Tuesday, play Wednesday in Edmonton, Thursday in Calgary, and Saturday night in Vancouver.
Rangers leave Tuesday morning to get to Edmonton to be able to practice in the afternoon Edmonton time. Get rid of the loggy legs and the cross-continent trip.
Victor waits. Plays around the boards. Donald McLean is there, number 10. Put it in front off the stick of Mulder. Gretzky holding.
Mulder's had 2 chances, Sam. One, he was set up by Stumple, put the puck over top of the net. And there he was set up right in front and missed the net.
Round for Mulder. Mulder's got good size. Maybe a step slow skating-wise. Blake across for Ian LaPerriere, one-time Ranger. Driver. Now Wayne Gretzky. Cross-pins Driver with a big shot. Stopped by Fiset. Not all that many players left from the time Wayne Gretzky was there, John, with LA. Just a couple of years, they turned the team over.
How about from when they last won the Stanley Cup Finals 5 years ago? Yeah. 2 players, Rob Blake and Luc Robitaille. And Robitaille had left the club in his back.
Yeah.
That's only 5 years ago. And they lost that year. Remember the series with Montreal, Kirk Muller, Patrick Roy, and the curved stick of Marty McSorley.
Karpovtsev, big shot, stick save by Fiset.
But Karpovtsev is shooting the puck well early in the season, low and hard.
Ferraro cuts in and shoots. Karpovtsev got a piece, stays with Ferraro. Stevens moves the puck. Kept in momentarily. Rangers break out. Pass goes awry and is chipped ahead by Ulf Samuelsson. Cross comes off Fontaine. His pass blocked.
We saw Graves wide open and a good defensive play as the Kings broke up the pass.
Brad Smith winds up his shot off the shoulder of Richter. Cleared out by Buchanan just a little too far for Graves. And Aki Berg with a touch and the Rangers whistle for icing. 11:13 to go, first period. A goal by Nicklas Sundstrom has given the Rangers the 1-0 lead. Alexander Karpovtsev has had an active game defensively and offensively.
And he's shooting the puck well. He had a key assist on LaFontaine's tying goal against the Islanders. See how hard and low it is? Hard for goaltenders to handle. Fiset does a nice job here stopping the puck and putting it into the corner. Not back in front. But you keep the shot low like that, you'll get your share of points.
Keane with a block on a shot from the point by Aki Berg. Up behind the net, Buchanan checking Craig Johnson. Stumple gets to it. Now in the corner, Johnson against Buchanan. Glenn Murray is there. Glenn Murray chases into the corner to get it. Murray, one-time first-round draft pick of the Boston Bruins, went to Pittsburgh, now in L.A. Checked by Leach. Stumple. Keane on him.
A lot of pressure, but the Rangers have not lost their checks.
Neat little play by Keane. A takeaway, played it off the boards, just couldn't clear here. Back comes Aki Berg. Save, rebound, score! Craig Johnson ties it. As the Rangers couldn't clear the puck out.
He just called it, too. Mike Keane made a nice play. And then all of a sudden, the breakout pass, he was on the puck, and it didn't work. And when you get intercepted thinking offense, getting out of your zone, your team's in trouble. And Los Angeles took advantage of it. Watch Mike Keane work in a corner here. He'll end up winning the puck from Stumple, banks it to himself, and then tries to pass it up the middle. It doesn't work to Boom in one pass, 2 passes. Oh, and a carom off the skate blade, rebound, and the Kings tie it up at 1. The biggest thing is when you turn the puck over in your own zone against the other team's #1 line, it's inviting trouble. Stumple was on the ice. He helped take advantage of the Rangers' miscue. And the rebound was right there. You can see how Johnson got free. The game is tied up at 1. A Ranger giveaway led to the goal.
Johnson with his first from Berg and Stumple at 9:28. Blake bangs it off the boards out to center. Ian LaPerriere lost it to Bill Berg. Berg plays it deep. Skrudland off the side of the net, batted away by Fiset. Finley tried to keep it in. Plain checking him. Richter leaves it, and Driver swings it around the boards. Comes loose in front. Shot was blocked by Finley.
This It's a very scrappy young team, this Los Angeles team. You're not quite sure what style they play or how they try to play the game and watching their first 2 games of the season, but they're resilient.
Both games they fell behind and came back to tie Pittsburgh, and actually they're 5-5 into the third period with Boston before losing 6-5. Skrudland moves it ahead. Kovalov with a neat little move to get to the puck as he whipped himself past Robitaille. Blake trying to clear, gave it away. Here's Kovalov moving in deep, backhander, save, rebound, cleared aside. Blake
Into the ship for Kovalov, and he looks like he just started.
Kovalov again. Collision with Moger. Moger lost his glove. Samuelsson ahead. Stevens finds Gretzky. Gretzky's in, and he missed the net wide. They may have gotten a piece.
Might have gotten a glove on the puck.
Yali gave it away to Sundstrom.
Sam, I think the effort of Kovalov on his last shift got the Rangers sparked up here a little bit.
1-1 the score with 8:40 to go in the first. Ray Ferraro moving. Ferraro with Brad Smith. Ferraro forced back. Down the boards. Robitaille against Sundstrom.
To Smith. Oh, Samuelsson may have just evened it up. Smith was going to get a penalty for holding old Samuelsson. It was to be a Ranger power play, but Samuelsson took a run at Smith after the whistle, and they may be playing at even strength.
Gary Galley got involved. Kevin Stevens.
Smith was going to get the original. The whistle sounded just as Samuelsson threw a hit into Smith. And Galley came in after that. Everything seemed to be calm. Settling down, settling down.
Luc Robitaille was the peacemaker there.
As were the linesmen. And then all of a sudden, Gary Galley and Samuelsson.
I think they go. Samuelsson may have jabbed him a little bit. Yeah. Galley.
So, I don't see any other. I don't think the referee's called it all yet. He's still conferring with his linesman as we look down at the ice. Here you see, before that, Kovalov, he really got going. Man, he was flying all over the place. He had lost the puck. He wanted it back. This is very late in the shift. Gretzky tried to find the rebound. You can see Gretzky trying to get out of the goal crease. Rangers also had a 2-on-1 which led to a breakaway of Gretzky, and here he tried to flip it back. I don't know, Sam, if it just flipped off his stick or if it went off the glove of the goaltender. Look at the puck. It won't settle down. Looks like he just shot it wide.
Yeah, I think so. Good scoring chance there. Rangers are going to get a power play here. Rangers wind up with a power play as Galley gets 4 minutes, 2 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes on sportsmanlike conduct. Smith gets 2 minutes for holding the original penalty. Samuelsson 2 for roughing. Stevens 2 for roughing. So 4 minutes to the Rangers, 6 minutes to the Kings. Net power play for the Rangers. 11:27 time of all penalties. In his third year as head coach, Larry Robinson.
They had a good preseason. This team went 6-2. A lot of good feelings about their club. He knows he's working with a young team. He had a chance to walk away from Los Angeles during the offseason. His contract was going to allow him to do that, but he ended up re-signing, exercised an option, and back running the club.
Brad Smith with the helmet off.
So the Rangers get their get their first power play. Coley Campbell, after watching their first game against the Islanders, felt that their power play a little too fancy. Not enough shots from the blue line. Therefore, if you get shots from the blue line, you can work on getting tips or rebounds or screening the goaltender. Less fancy sometimes means more successful.
Mark Fawcett over to talk with Larry Robinson, explaining the power play and the penalties that he called. Game tied at 1. Gretzky, Graves. Mark Savard sees his first action of the game, number 10. Ryan Leach and Alexander Karpovtsev for the power play. Kings have Craig Johnson, number 23. Ian LaPerriere, number 22. Rob Blake and Doug Smolik on defense. Offside Rangers.
Adam Graves lifted his skate up. As he lifted his skate up, The other foot was inside the Kings zone. Close call. Has to be interesting for Adam. A little bit of an experienced player as he is, he's still now playing without Mark Messier as center. That's certainly something very different for him.
6 years they played together. Leach across. Karpovtsev has the puck. Lead to Gretzky. Blocked out of the zone by Craig Johnson. Gretzky sends it in. Blake got a piece of it. Blake chases it down, drives it up the boards of his block. Graves working. Savard is there. It's lifted clear. Karpovtsev back for it. Kings penalty killing. 8 for 11 in their first 2 games. Karpovtsev long pass to Savard. Stopped at the line by Blake, but he was able to work it deep. Aki Berg is there. Drops it in the corner. Graves after it. Off the board. Stopped by Leach. Taken away by Glenn Murray and able to clear the zone. 2-on-1 developing. Perreault moving in. Pass across. And Karpovtsev breaks it up. Big play by Karpovtsev. Rangers trying to trap 2 Kings. Aki Berg was the man with Perreault. Here's Leach. Centered by Savard for Gretzky, and it's cleared out.
Yeah, good attempt at a nice play. Gretzky and Savard will change, and the Rangers have 35 seconds for their second power play unit to go to work.
Still no shots on goal.
Well, the Kings had a good play. A nice 2-on-1. Perreault the forward with a defenseman, and Karpovtsev moved across, kept on his balance, stayed on his feet, yet was able to block the pass that was to be returned to Perreault. Here's the 2-on-1. See the give and the go? And there's Karpovtsev standing right in the middle to break it up. The Rangers here, Brian Leach goes to the puck and loses the gamble. As he loses the gamble, it's a 2-on-1 Los Angeles, and Karpovtsev played it beautifully. He really played it well. That second pass gets back across. I don't think Mike Richter could have gotten across with the puck.
Richter made a save on Sean O'Donnell's long shot. Rangers power play has 20 seconds remaining. Driver leads Kovalov. Kovalov on with LaFontaine and Sundstrom. Nice pass back to Jeff Finley. Kovalov gets it back. Matthias Nordstrom on him. Sundstrom. Open man. Finley. The shot blocked. John McLean blocked it.
Puck went into the stands. Teams are at even strength. It's magical to watch Kovalov sometimes. I mean, he took the puck in, and he played keep away from 3 different LA Kings before he set up the shot from the blue line by Finley, which was blocked. And Kovalov, he's got a lot of speed. He's been carrying the puck quicker than what he did at the beginning of last year. There in front, you see O'Donnell working at clearing the front of the net. Man, did he ever do a good job. Watch Kovalov here with the puck. Stop, around, go right around Stumple, and pass the puck backwards. That's magical. I mean, that is really something to watch.
Alex Kovalov worked so hard to rehabilitate the knee. He's in the best shape. His body fat is down. It was low before. It's even lower. He's really strong. And he just has the...
In game 1, Coley Campbell said that his length and shifts were fine.
Strudlin fanned on the shot attempt on the wraparound. 6:20 to go. Teams at full strength. Game tied 1-1.
We all know in years past, Kovalov's shifts were way too long, and that's not fair to your team. In the game 1 of the season against the Islanders, Coley Campbell said his shifts were fine. In one long one here in the first period, but generally you can see Alex is really maturing out there.
I think he wants to be a leader, John. I think
he's a good kid.
Yeah, you can hear it in the locker room and outside the room.
I hope so for him.
Encouraging his teammates.
I mean, anybody that's got that type of skill level, you'd just love to see blossom.
Karpovtsev. Now Bill Berg. Berg, Keane, and LaFontaine on. LaFontaine to the puck. Works it around for Mike Keane. Kings able to sweep it clear. Karpovtsev comes back to get it. Craig Johnson after him. Now it's Ulf Samuelsson. Graves deflected across. Karpovtsev to play the puck. Samuelsson. Past Graves. Samuelsson took a hit from Glenn Murray. And an offside whistle against the Kings will bring it back out. 5:08 remaining in the first period. Well, we talked about it Friday night, but throughout the season we're going to be covering a league within a league, the Rangers-Islanders-Devils rivalry. And we're going to have stats on all the head-to-head games, fan polls, and contests. So keep an eye out for that. It should be real interesting. Devils-Islanders, Rangers-Devils, Rangers-Islanders. We'll watch all the games.
Devils lost last night in Washington, in a tough, mean game. Washington is good.
They are really off to a great start. 3-0.
They are fast. Their defensemen have been told to jump into the play. Their forwards have been told to be more creative, and I think they're going to have a great year.
Murray taken down by Bukaboom. Donald going for the puck. Leach is there with him. Bukaboom with another hit. Kovalov pulled down by Glenn Murray. Stumple with the puck. Kovalov wraps him up along the boards. Now Murray moves in. Kovalov took down Stumple. Bukaboom with a hit. O'Donnell keeps the puck in. It got through. Richter made a tough save through traffic.
I think it was deflected, too, on the way in.
Back come the Kings. Johnson. He's giving a good account of themselves. Bukaboom lost his stick in a collision with Johnson. Rangers move down. Kovalov to LaFontaine with a shot that's deflected wide. We can hear the crowd react every time Kovalov touches the puck.
I think I'm one of those people. I mean, he's really been special to watch here.
Blake try to keep it in. Sundstrom leads Gretzky. Back for Sundstrom. In with Stevens. Stevens to the net. Gretzky. Pass across. Finley goes down to get it. Kings able to work it up the boards. Driver keeps it in. Gretzky's backhander saved by Passe.
Good play by Bruce Driver.
Kings able to clear it out. Richter comes out to get it. 3.5 minutes to go. First period. It hit a crack in the boards. There's a whistle. A penalty is called.
Yeah, I don't know. So it looks like the Rangers get themselves an interference penalty.
Holding the stick obstruction. Hooking was the call on Jeff Finley. Gives the Kings their second power play.
See on the back check as LaPerriere tries to battle through, trying to hold up his man. You know, that's something you're taught as a kid, as a hockey player, and it's something by instinct you do on the ice, and it's going to have to change with these players, but it may take a little time as the referees are cracking down on it.
Ferraro off the face-off win out to Blake. Blake and Galley play the points. Ray Ferraro with Brad Smith and Don McLean for the power play for LA. Sent it across that, excuse me, that's not Don McLean, it's Vopat. Don Vopat, number 12, is on for the first time. Big winger. Roman Vopat, Jansen's brother, on it. He scratched from the lineup. We got it right. The Vopat brothers here.
Yeah, I had Oak Nielsen. I had Oak Nielsen out there.
Trying to make a comeback. Galley puts it in front. Bartlett's off the boards. Roman Vopat gets there. Ferraro back for Blake. Good pressure by Bill Berg. And Samuelson and Ray Ferraro going at it. The whistle stops play. Roman Vopat moves in.
Samuelson playing an aggressive game, getting the Kings off-centered a little bit, or at least he hopes to. I think there'll be penalties to both Ferraro and Samuelson, as there's still 59 seconds to go with Finley of the Rangers in the penalty box. The battle right at the blue line here. There's Ray Ferraro, or pardon me, deep in the Rangers zone. It moves up ice, and you can see there Samuelson and Ferraro meeting. They just don't give. They both go at one another. So Mark Fawcett, the referee, hands out high sticking minors to both players.
17:34, the time of the penalties. Coincidental minors to Ferraro and Samuelson.
And it still remains, as you look at the action, a 5-on-4.
59 seconds remaining in the power play for the Kings.
Ray led the Kings last year with 25 goals on a team that didn't score too many. Oh man, Billy Burke threw a hard hit into Augie Berg over the Rangers bench.
Stumple along the boards. Back to Sean O'Donnell. Stumple controlling. Trying to play it into the slot for Murray, but a good play. Berg and Sundstrom had a good shift.
Good tenacious penalty killing by the Rangers.
Schuglin and Keane come on. Long shot. Stick Quick save by Richter. Rebound is up into the crowd, stopping play.
You mentioned a moment ago that Berg, who was on the puck, a left defenseman for Los Angeles, got hit by Bill Berg of the Rangers. There's Berg on Berg. And the Kingsburg almost ended up in the Rangers bench.
Hockey Berg from Finland, former first-round draft pick of the LA Kings. They're waiting for him to blossom, John. I think he's nearing that time where they feel it's time for him to step up.
It's tough to be a young defenseman on a team that doesn't score many goals and is missing the playoffs. It's a hard thing to learn your craft and to improve, but certainly working for Larry Robinson and Rick Green, the other coach, or one of the other coaches, you have a bit of an advantage there with some good coaching. Both former NHL defensemen and good ones.
Kings working in the corner, up the boards to Glenn Murray, out to Blake for a long shot, but went wide. Got off the pass. Nice net play by Blake. Stumple holding. Sets up Galley and gets it back. Final seconds of the power play. Toward the net, blocked in front. Rangers take over. Skrudland hits Finley just down the penalty box. Finley checked along the boards by Galley. And Stumple takes over. 1:15 to go. First period, tied at 1. Kings move in. McLean shot goes wide. Richter played into the front. Don McLean gets there. The setup in front deflected. Fontaine moves it around the boards. O'Donnell pinches in for the Kings to keep it in. Less than a minute to go. Yannick Perreault checked by Driver. Kings keep it in. Perreault against Driver again. Now Carpenter will work it out to LaFontaine. Dropped it off for Graves. Kovalov trying to control the puck. Does. Gets tricked up. Fans roar. Nothing called on the play.
And Kovalov deserved a call there. And another one there, maybe.
Perreault able to take it away, and the Kings break out 3-on-2. Graves gets back to even it up.
Oh, man. Vukovic just nailed this man. Oh, man, did he hit him.
The boards to Gretzky, can't clear. LaPerriere missed it. Shot by Volkov is stopped by Richter, and he covers up with 15.1 seconds remaining.
May have been the young man McLean, a rookie who was over on the far boards. And did he ever get nailed by the big Jeff Vukovic hit? Here's Kovalov, kind of lost the puck and then battled to get it back. And you'll see him here get tripped up. Yeah, the stick of the defender knocked Kovalov's feet out, and then Kovalov there gets tripped up again by Perreault. He could have drawn 2 tripping fouls. Now watch here, Vukovic on McLean, well away from the puck. McLean just got nailed. Vukovic had a slow start last year. Doesn't appear as though that's going to happen this season round. And also coming off an extremely good playoff for the Rangers. Talking about big Jeff Vukovic.
Perrier against Sundstrom in the corner. Final seconds of the first period. Vukovic able to work it clear. Doug Smolik has it back, and the seconds tick off. That's it for the first period. Rangers scored first. Sundstrom at 3:48. At 9:28, Craig Johnson tied it on the rebound. Kassai goes off, having faced 7 shots. Campbell ponders things, the way the first period went. The Rangers head off. Active first period for Alexei Kovalov, to say the least.
Penalty killing pretty good by the Rangers. This King team, it's kind of a no name regarding big stars, but they're a scrappy hockey club.
Let's check out the Rangers' viewpoint of things. Assistant coach Dick Todd is with Sal Red Light Messina. Take it away, Sal.
Thanks, Sam. A negative on the goal, defensive zone?
Well, the puck was coming toward the backboards there, and it took a deflection. So sort of surprised both Jeff Vukovic and I'm sure Mike Richter. It changed directions, and the puck just went right back onto their stick. It was a bit of a bad break, Sal.
Okay, Dick, how about the penalty killing?
Well, I thought the penalty killing was very hard-working, excellent. We had a couple of chances against there, and we were jumping well and getting the puck out of the zone. Pretty good job.
Okay, thanks, Dick.
Thank you, Sal.
Sam, back to you.
All right, Red Light. Sal will head into the studio, and he'll be talking with Kevin Stevens when we come back in just a moment.
And we're back at Madison Square Garden, where the Rangers and the Kings are tied at 1. In fact, Kevin Stevens involved on that Ranger goal. Kevin, I know you went to the net on a goal, but lead us through that. And you made a heck of a play on your own end.
Yeah, it was a play where I kind of, I went to shoot the puck around a Bruce Driver, and the puck kind of bounced on him, and it rolled over here, and then it went to Robbie Blake, and I just kind of read the play, and Blakey shot, lucky Blakey shot on the ice for me. I was able to pick it off, and I had some pretty good speed going here, and I got it to Gretz, and you know, I always try to get it to him, and he made a good play. And I just went to the net with a couple of guys, and luckily enough, he made the pass to Sonny. He put in the open net.
All right, read the play. You also made another play later on in that period, and you saw Gretzky. Gretzky went in on that breakaway. You adapted to playing with Gretzky.
Yeah, I think so. It's tough. You know, at first it's hard to read those guys. You know, even with Mario, I had a tough time sometimes the first couple of years playing with him. But right now we're getting used to each other. It's only the second game of the year. We didn't play too many exhibition games together, so it's going pretty good, and hopefully we can just get better every period. All
right, we talked a lot about the Rich Pilon and your confrontation between you and he the other night. How about tonight? You jumped in on that little fray with Galley and Samuelson.
Yeah, I saw. I didn't see. I guess Alfie threw the first shot. I should have known that. I played with him long enough in Pittsburgh, but all I saw was Galley take a shot at Alfie from behind, and I was in there. And then, lucky enough, we still stayed in the power play. So we're just trying to, you know, it's early in the year. We're just trying to establish ourselves, and hopefully we can do that.
Strong pace, 4 periods you played as a New York Ranger. Can you keep that up continuously?
I hope so. You know, it's a big year for myself personally and for the New York Rangers, and hopefully I can just help the team win. I'm looking forward to keep going and getting better as the year goes on. This is just the beginning of, you know, hopefully something good.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, guys.
Bob Page coming up with MSG Sports Desk after these messages.
Sam Rosen, John Davidson, Sal Red Light Messina back at Madison Square Garden. The Bob Stores Intermission Report continues. A look at highlights. Rangers score first.
You can see it is a battle for the puck. Rob Blake has his shot pass intercepted by Kevin Stevens. Who knows? Give it to Gretzky. Gretzky goes wide. He has Blake on him. And Bruce Driver made it a 4-man rush. Kevin Stevens went to the front of the net. Sonny Sundstrom took the pass from Driver and blasted it right by Fassé. 1-0 Rangers.
Mike Keane makes a great play here, and then
there's a little
not
trouble
so
with the
good
puck.
play.
There you can see Keane on the puck, banks it off the boards to himself to buy a little time. Tried to give it to Karpovtsev, and somehow the pass to make that Bukaboom, and the pass didn't work. And you can see the shot taken, a couple of deflections, and a rebound goal scored by the Kings. Johnson gets his first of the year, and that's how the period ended at 1-1.
Even at one end of one, heading for the start of the second period in just a moment. Welcome back to Madison Square Garden. Let's take a look at the first period scoring summary. It's brought to you by Hertz. For business, for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz. And, you know, a little delay in getting it to you. We'll have it for you in just a moment as the teams return to the ice. Rangers head out for 3 games on the road this week. Wednesday night in Edmonton, Thursday night in Calgary, and Saturday night in Vancouver before returning home to play the Pittsburgh Penguins October the 14th. The LA Kings continue a road trip in Carolina and then on to St. Louis. Here's the Hertz first period scoring summary. Sundstrom at 3:48 from Driver and Gretzky. Craig Johnson from Berg and Stumple tied it at 9:28. Shots on goal, Rangers 7, the Kings 9. Rangers 0 for 1 on the power play, Kings 0 for 2.
And of the 9 Los Angeles Kings shots, 6 of them by their defensemen, only 3 from their forwards. Skrudland have 3 of the Rangers shots on goal.
Time for our Coke Classic. And it involves the man you just looked at moments ago, Pat LaFontaine. As you know, the Rangers acquired Pat LaFontaine from Buffalo just a couple of days before the start of the season, so it's pretty hard to get him into the media guide at the last second. However, great creativity by the Rangers public relations staff. You see the picture of Pat LaFontaine, his face on the body of Pat Verbeek. That's okay, Pat, look, same style, looks like the same skating style, right?
One was a whole lot quicker than the other, I'll tell you that.
But the form was there, right?
Okay, yeah.
See, this one turned out a little better than Bruce Driver's, I thought. That last time when they put Bruce Driver's
his head in your body. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Underway in the second. Robitaille tied up by Karpovtsev. Blake back to the puck. Berg on him. Rangers open with Skrudland, Berg, and Kovalov. Karpovtsev and Samuelson. Ray Ferraro played it behind Brad Smith and offside.
Little hook by Skrudland. Created the offside as the pass went across the Rangers blue line. The hook by Skrudland on his man made the pass go offline, and all of a sudden, with a smart little play, the Kings don't get that offensive thrust they were hoping for.
Ryan Skrudland, 34 years old, and a started his NHL career in Montreal, had success there early when the Canadiens won the Stanley Cup championship in his rookie season. Played briefly in Calgary. That didn't work out at all. And then going to the Florida Panthers in the expansion draft, and that really was a successful tour in Florida. LaFontaine on with Keane and Graves. Koprovtsev tried to sweep it aside. It was blocked. Kings keep it in. Samuelsson battling in the corner again. Greg Johnson there for LA. Joseph Stumpel and Sandy Moger. Out in front, knocked away from Johnson by LaFontaine. Rangers able to clear the zone. Sent back in. Territorial edge to start of the second period to LA. Rangers unable to get the puck up ice. Now they will, as this will be an icing on the Kings.
Yesterday, the Rangers worked on some defensive play after game one with the Islanders, where the Islanders had some success on the rush, especially the Palffy-Reichel line. And Coley Campbell took his team yesterday and during practice worked on the defensive reading of the rush. In hockey, when a team comes at you on the rush and you're skating backwards, it happens quickly. Your instincts have to be sharp. Your thinking has to be clear, and you've got to practice it to have your instincts, you know, really work in a real quick fashion. You start thinking out there, and all of a sudden that's too slow. I mean, the team will go right on by you. So they worked at it yesterday, worked at it hard, and hopefully for them, they're feeling that as they work in this game, it'll help them. And then when you go out west to play quick teams like Edmonton and Vancouver.
A loose puck in front. Stevens almost tipped it in as he was battling Yannick Perreault. Edmonton playing their home opener tonight against Colorado. The second game,
Detroit took care of them at home.
Oh, that was in Edmonton?
Yes,
oh, I'm sorry.
I think that was 8-3-2.
Yeah.
In favor of Detroit. Curtis Joseph had a rough night in goal after Edmonton had opened on the road with a win in San Jose. Right.
Well, they played very well in San Jose. Detroit really wiped them out. Moger to the puck for the Kings. Offside. Perreault ahead of the play. Some ragged play here in the start of the second period.
That's beneficial for the Kings. I don't think they want to get into a shootout, but they certainly want to slow down the pace of the Rangers. The people here in the Garden have worked very hard to try and get the ice to be a little slicker than what it was in game one. Round of applause here as the Yankees have a 2-0 lead on the Indians in the second inning. The MCS Cannon goal cam. Look at the shot from the blue line. Kevin Stevens in front and couldn't quite get the shot and puck around the goaltender Fassé. Stevens has been around the puck a lot. I think he's got to be very satisfied with his beginning to the season.
MCS Cannon keeping people in business. Driver across to Finley. Kovalov moves it. Kings break it up. Kovalov sweeps it into the Kings zone. Comes out the driver with room. Long shot. Blocked in front. Rebound goes wide by Kovalov. Robitaille moves it up the boards. Kings come out with it. Rob Lake. Off the corner boards. Ferraro going for it. Beaten to it by Jeff Finley. Former teammates with the Islanders. Ferraro in the corner against Driver. Skrudland chasing Brad Smith. They were teammates in Florida. And Kovalov takes the puck and brings it clear. Skrudland. Robitaille checks him. Now it's Doug Smolak. Heads for Robitaille. Samuelsson back for it. Graves able to lift it clear. And Matthias Nordstrom, the second round pick of the Rangers. Sent in by Roman Popat. Richter sweeps it around. Kings keep it in. Koprovtsev drives it around the boards. Blocked by Nordstrom. Able to keep it in. Nordstrom sends it back, and Koprovtsev has to chase. Good forechecking by the Kings. Fontaine unable able to clear. Galley shot saved by Richter, and the rebound driven out by Karpovtsev, and then he took a penalty. Karpovtsev behind the play after he cleared the puck.
Samuelson is still on top of his man. He's trying to keep it Laperriere inside the zone so to be outside.
It's a delayed penalty on the Rangers.
This guy is one piece of work, folks. I don't know if we're going to be able to show you.
Karpovtsev chopped down Laperriere, and Ulfi sat on him. Here's a look from the New York Marriott Marquis Skycam.
The shot was taken, and there's where Karpovtsev takes the penalty. Now Laperriere's down from the stick of Karpovtsev. Now watch Ulfi keep him in the zone. I do now straddle, now sit on him. No, hold him with the stick. The penalty's taken. Now watch Laperriere. He's down. He knows he's drawing a penalty. He wants to get out of the zone because the Kings have the puck. Now look at Ulfi. He just does it his way, doesn't he?
I think I saw those moves on WWF. Power play Kings, their third of the game. They're 0 for 2. Good pressure from Berg, and Pisse has to help out. Stumple lost the puck to Sundstrom. And Bookeboom drives it all the way down.
Good work by Berg and Sundstrom, working in tandem on the penalty kill.
Now Skrudland and Keane come on. Bookeboom and Leach on defense. Galley moves the puck up the middle, goes all the way down, icing on the King.
And this time it was Skrudland and Keane. Their good work forced the bad pass. And the Kings' #1 unit has to back up and have a face-off in their zone. I find it interesting watching Keane out there. A lot of times he just reads the other team's body language and knows where to go on the ice as the puck arrives at the same time, especially along his wing, along the boards in the Rangers zone when he goes to try to get the puck out of the zone.
Very intelligent player.
I think Ranger fans will catch on and enjoy the way that these two players work with their work habits as the season moves along. Skrudland and Keane we're talking about.
Skrudland against Yannick Perreault on the faceoff. Minute 25 to go on the penalty to Karpovtsev. Perreault wins it in the corner. Kings have Perreault on with Brad Smith and Ray Ferraro. Ferraro takes the outlet pass. Galley and Blake are the point men. Loose puck. Richter backs it to the boards. Smith moves it back to Blake. Blake winds up. Brad Smith moves in, fakes, and it's tapped away by Finley. Galley out to Blake. Now Galley. Galley holding. Battle in front. Brad Smith against Jeff Finley. Now Ferraro checked by Driver. Galley's got the puck to Blake. One times it wide. Behind the net, Ferraro puts it in front. And the shot went wide. That was a good setup. Comes out to Galley. Now to Blake. One times it again. Saved by Richter, and he's got the puck.
Deflection by Smith on the play, number 11. And Mike Richter had his body spread out, yet was able to find a way to make the save on a deflection. The Kings' power play looks good here, simply in my mind, because of Galley and Blake, the two defensemen. Very experienced power play players. They move the puck around real well, and that gets the other team on its heels a little bit. There's Galley moving the puck across to Blake. This shot went wide, and now the puck will end up back in front as Ferraro's on it, and Richter here. Oh, baby,
yeah.
What a toe save that was. Or Smith would have had an open net. And on this play, the shot from the point. Oh, this is another look at the same play. Look at Smith, number 11, over on the side. Oh, man, Richter just kicked the puck away a little bit. Now watch the deflection by number 11 here on the right side. Or was it Ferraro in front? One of them, but Richter made a nice save again. I didn't realize he made the toe save on the first shot. Certainly knew he made the save on the deflection, and Richter's sharp.
Berg trying to move it to his block. 22 seconds to go on the power play. Bookeboom slides it all the way down. 1-1 the score. 5:40 gone by, second period. Aki Berg leaves it. Now it's Berg. To Robitaille. He's forced back by Sundstrom. Good pressure by Nicholas Sundstrom. And Karpovtsev is back. Rangers take control of the puck. Sundstrom pass for Leach, broken up. Good block by Sundstrom again.
Nicholas Sundstrom played a very nondescript game one. Here in game two, he's played well.
Ian Laperriere to the net. Saved by Richter. Fontaine taken down. Robitaille checked by Graves. Centered for Laperriere. Leach picks picks him up. It's Glenn Murray, excuse me, on the puck. Stumple. That was Murray with the shot that was stopped. Richter moves it around the boards. Kovalov comes out with it. Rangers trying to get some offense going as Kovalov hops in. Graves shoots, glove save, Fiset.
Baby. Rangers need offense. That's only their 9th shot, and it was a good one by Graves, but it was a great setup. Great pass across to him by Kovalov. Prior to that, here's LaPerriere showing some speed around Brian Leetch. Richter's there again. A nice save, and then Patty LaFontaine on the back check got rid of the puck as the puck sat right in front. You see it there above Leetch, and there's LaFontaine beating the Kings to the puck. A nice back-checking job. Watch Kovalov. Oh, baby. Now throw the pass across. Good wrist shot against the grain the other direction by Graves, and Fiset makes maybe his best save of the game.
Graves wins the faceoff. Karpovtsev wristed toward the net. LaFontaine fanned on it. Kovalov to the puck. Kovalov circling. Backhander blocked.
Sam, Kovalov is playing the game at a different speed than everyone else.
Here's Don McLean trying to break through. He's double teamed and written out of the play. Kings have it back. Stumbles pass deflected out of the zone. 1-1 the score. Just under 13 minutes to go in the second. Karpovtsev sends it around for Kovalov. Smolek on him. Smolek comes away with it for Ian LaPerriere. He's tied up, taken away by LaFontaine. Now it's LaFontaine, Kovalov, and Graves as that threesome is put back together. As the Rangers look for some offense. Lead for Kovalov, bouncing puck, he controls it. He shoots, and it's blocked. He looks for the rebound, and he's bumped by Blake, and it's cleared out. Driver's got it. Rangers have picked it up the last minute or so. Stevens' pass went off the skate. Kings come in. Perreault with a shot high and off the glass. Stevens looks around, fires it to Sundstrom. Sundstrom with Gretzky. Leaves it for Gretzky. Across for Stevens. Penalty on Craig Johnson. Rangers power play coming up. Some good passing. Rangers work it into the zone. Now it rolls out. Driver being roughed up. Finley controls it. Rangers have an extra man on the delayed penalty. Sundstrom's pass touched by the Kings. Play stops. 11:51 to go in the second. Tied at 1. Rangers power play coming up. In the penalty box is Craig Johnson for holding at 8:09. Second Rangers power play.
Alexei Kovalov there with LaFontaine tried to get some offense going. Look at Kovalov. I mean, he's playing the game at his own speed, his own level, way above everybody else. However, the Kings did a nice job not letting him into the middle. Watch the pass across by Gretzky, and Stevens dives for the puck. That's when Johnson took the penalty, and the Rangers in a 1-1 game have a power play.
Nice lead pass to LaFontaine from Karpovtsev. Back pass to Leetch. Leetch, Karpovtsev, LaFontaine, Stevens, and Gretzky for the power play. Blake, Smolek, Murray, and Perreault, the penalty killers.
The Kings outnumbered the Rangers there. The Rangers are on the power play. Every loose puck, the Rangers should outnumber the team that's penalty killing. It didn't happen, and the Kings worked the puck out of the zone.
There's LaFontaine coming back in. Drop to Gretzky. Gretzky out to Karpovtsev. Wrist shot blocked on the way in. Gretzky gets to the puck. Kept in by Stevens. Smolek with Gretzky on him. Stevens moves into the corner. Comes loose to Rob Blake. Can't clear. Leetch there to stop it. Pass LaFontaine. Smolek steps in. Moves it around the boards. Karpovtsev trying to keep it in. Does. Gretzky out of the corner. To the net. In front. LaFontaine saved by Fiset. And it's driven all the way down.
Good goaltending. Fiset having a strong period here. Rob Graves earlier, and there makes a good save off LaFontaine. Set up in the slot.
Karpovtsev forced back. Pressure from Joseph Stumple. Off the boards to Kovalov. Kovalov on now with Gretzky and Graves. Off the boards, giveaway to Stumple.
Low percentage pass. Didn't work. Only 25 seconds to go now in the power play.
Gretzky to Leetch. Leetch across to Kovalov. Now it's Graves. Gretzky across. Off the leg of Karpovtsev. Leetch picks it up. It's hit by Stumple. Finds Karpovtsev. To Gretzky. Graves is in front. Across to Leetch. Missed it on the deflection try. Stumple able to kick it clear. Out of the penalty box comes Craig Johnson. Team's at full strength with 9:50 to go in the second. Back from the Rangers. Graves with a shot just wide. Batted out of the zone all the way down. Race for the puck. Johnson beats Finley to it. Comes out in front. Saved by Richter. Great effort by Craig Johnson. Out.
The former Red Wings
Skating
guy,
Finley to the puck.
that's his game, his speed. And right now we need a stoppage here for Facet. He's got problems with a strap on his right goal pad on the inside. You can't see it hanging down. There it is. There you see it hanging down. He needs to find a way to get that repaired. Looks like it's ripped right out of the goal pad. I think it's one from up high. Well, Johnson can skate, can he?
This is the Johnson who played with St. Louis, John.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. In the Gretzky deal.
Greg Johnson is in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh from Detroit, right.
But this guy can skate too. Yeah. He's a very good skater.
Here's some passing by Gretzky across. And you're going to see Brian Leetch set up Karpovtsev right here, who fakes the shot. And then Gretzky tries to feed Leetch coming in from behind everybody. And the pass didn't quite click as Leetch was there and was open. And now we have a stoppage. Now, what could be interesting here is LaFontaine and Gretzky working. Gretzky in front, LaFontaine with a shot, and there's the save. And there's the spot with Stevens in front where the goaltender has equipment damaged. Coley Campbell was talking, Sam, yesterday on the phone with me, and he was saying that when the Islanders goalie had trouble with his catching glove, right, he should have forced the Islanders into using their timeout there. Now here in this situation, the goaltender had problems with his equipment, but they fixed it quickly. If there was a delay here, you have to either get your other goaltender in there, right, or use a timeout to allow your staff to repair the equipment. So he said it didn't really hit him right then, but it's something he can remember in the future to force the other team to use their one and only timeout instead of maybe saving it for a later situation in the game.
That's Frederick Chabot. He's the backup goalie. He was hit in pregame warmups. He was behind the net, and the puck hit the yellow dasher and bounced up and caught him just under the left eye. He took 2 stitches before the game.
You can see he's trying to keep the swelling down, and has a smile to go with it.
Scores around the NHL. Tampa Bay on a goal by Alexander Selivanov, leading 1-0. Flyers have been tied by Phoenix 1-1 in the second. Flyers goal by Rod Brindamore. Ray Ferraro wins the faceoff, kept in by Matthias Norstrom. Down for Robitaille, gets it to Brad Smith. Ferraro's stick was being held by Samuelson. Somebody's glove is on the ice. Smith battling first Skrudland, then Samuelson. Rangers unable to clear. Robitaille's long shot deflected into the corner.
Glove belongs to Karpovtsev.
Out of the zone, Robitaille back for it. And whistle for an offside. Ferraro was trapped in the zone, and they'll bring it back in the Kings zone for a faceoff. 9:03 to go, second period.
All the flow the Rangers had. Kovalov kind of sparked the Rangers. They had a power play, a lot of chances, but only 3 shots on the period to this point. We're about 11 minutes in. It's Ferraro going low on old Samuelson. Whenever you hit Samuelson and knock him down, he always finds a way to keep you there. You're seeing it happen again. Ferraro knocked Samuelson down, but Samuelson made sure Ferraro didn't skate away free as Ray has battled hard.
Rangers have had only 3 shots on goal here in the second period in 11 minutes. Sorry for repeating you, John, but it's something to take note of.
Yeah, I was going to say that the Rangers had the puck in the Kings zone a lot in the last 5 or 6 minutes, but not much getting through to the goaltender.
Mark Savard is on, and he shoots, and a save made by Facet. There's a quick jump as the 4th line is on for the first time as a unit. Savard, Eastwood, and Langton. Tipped wide by Savard, played by Sandy Moger.
They want an up-tempo shift from this 4th line. Quick, hard, and try to stay on the penalty box.
Langdon against O'Donnell. Eastwood tried to move it, got knocked down. Savard looking for the puck. It's under Eastwood. Eastwood keeps it alive. Savard, it hit the referee in the right arm. Savard after takes a hit. Langdon plays the puck. He's hit along the boards, and the Kings move it up ice. Vopat was stopped by Jeff Finley. Finley's got the puck. Langdon checked by O'Donnell, and Sandy Moger has it for LA with 8 minutes to go in the second period. Tied at 1.
The fourth line did a pretty good job for the Rangers. Their first even strength shift of the game. And the Kings never got the puck over center ice on them.
Wayne Gretzky will be heading on the road to the place where he started his NHL career in Edmonton. Wednesday night, we'll have it for you at 9:30 right here on MSG Network. The next night at 9 o'clock in Calgary. And then Saturday night in Vancouver at 10:30. Leach moves down the slot. He shoots wide. Johnson able to move it to Smolek. And the Rangers home to clear the Penguins. Good hit by Bukaboom. Fans love it. The hit on Glenn Murray. Offside whistle on the Rangers.
The puck was caught up in Smolek's equipment. Again, the Rangers have another chance offensively. Murray, the winger, went down to block the shot by Brian Leach, and he faked the shot, went around, had an open play right down the middle, and couldn't get the shot through. Moments after, Bukaboom here moves across to Murray and crunches him into the glass with a good clean hit. Another look at the draw here. Watch the winger Murray slide across and go down right there. Leach goes around him, tries to get the shot through, and it's deflected wide.
My apologies, no offside on the play. As John mentioned, the puck got caught up in the equipment. Off the whistle, Richter out to play it, off the glass. Kept in by Gary Galley. Entering feed. Chance in front, and Richter had to make a save. Johnson with a real strong effort in front. Mike Keane all the way across the tip. Fontaine, Graves, and Keane on for the Rangers. 7:05 to go in the second. Keane heading in. Pass across to Graves. He's blocked by Fiset. Great play by Stefan Fiset.
Well, Fiset and Keane used to be teammates with the Avalanche in Colorado. This time it was Keane feeding Adam Graves, who's had 3 pretty good chances this period. One, a shot that Fiset caught with his left hand. Another one that Fiset kicked out with his right leg. And this one, after the big hit by Bukaboom, set up the Keane play where he passed the puck. You can see Fiset challenge. Here's Bukaboom moving in the neutral zone. Boom on Johnson. Really does a good job. LaFontaine back. Set up Keane. Now watch Fiset drag his leg. His left leg and led with a goal stick. Made a nice play stripping Adam Graves. You like to, when you move to your right, you like to drag your left leg as a goaltender and try and keep your stick out in case the player tries to go around you. Graves tried to go around the goaltender, and Fiset made a nice save. Bukaboom doing a nice job taking the body.
The other night it was Kevin Stevens leading the way in hits. Tonight it's Bukaboom.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely correct.
Smolek off the boards.
And a lot of his hits are in the neutral zone, not allowing the Kings to get their flow going. In other words, the Rangers defense aren't backing up. They're staying up high with their forwards, taking the body.
Samuelson with Brad Smith on him. Giveaway. Shot by Blake wide.
Maybe he can shoot it. That's a rocket.
Smolek to Blake.
The Rockets aren't much good if they miss the net, are they, Sam?
That's right. Smith pass across for Robitaille, went through. Robitaille winds it to Brad Smith. Loose puck. Sundstrom was being held by Ferraro. Puck taken away by Brad Smith. Wraparound is blocked by Richter. Ferraro behind the net. Blocked by Karpovtsev. Blake pinches in. Good pressure by the Kings. Ferraro battling Karpovtsev. Smith is there. Sundstrom looking for the puck. Down goes Ferraro.
The Ferraro line has been the best line for the Kings here in the second period.
Karpovtsev still looking for the puck. Now Sundstrom's got it. Samuelson. 4 men out of the zone. 4 on 3. Sundstrom across. Now Gretzky. Delayed penalty on the King. Sundstrom shoots and it's blocked by Smolek. And the whistle stopped play. Rangers get a power play.
Face off deep in the Kings zone. The Rangers finally won a loose puck battle in their own zone. Started to head up ice. And there's an elbowing call against the Kings.
Looks like
Ray Ferraro, yeah. He gets at times hot on the ice. This time he takes a penalty in a 1-1 game. This line of work, they've worked hard here in the second period.
There was a tough battle going on in the corner. Karpovtsev was there. Sundstrom was there.
Samuelson finally got the puck. Tried to lead it out of the zone. Rangers 0 for 2, and they've only had 1 shot on their power play. This all started to the left of Mike Richter as there was a battle deep. Ferraro is there, and he's being held up a little bit. He tried to pull it. In fact, did pull a helmet off of his man. This is the Rangers with a 4-on-3. Sundstrom goes wide, and his shot was blocked.
LaFontaine, Graves, Kovalov, Driver, and Leach for the power play. 1-1 the score, 5:43 remaining. Second period. 14-17 the time of the penalty. Elbowing on Ray Ferraro. Aki Berg moves it around to Ian LaPerriere. Berg, O'Donnell, LaPerriere, and Perreault. Here's Perreault one-on-one with Driver. Driver breaks it up. Rangers regain control. Leach.
Bruce Driver's been very assertive in this game. That was a nice play on Perreault, raking it up.
LaFontaine carrying. In the corner, he's got it. Centers across. Graves was tied up by LaPerriere. Kovalov behind the net. LaFontaine was taken down, knocked down from behind. The back pass comes out of the zone. Fawcett looking at it all the way. Kept the arm down. Offside whistle, deliberate offside whistle against the Rangers. Will bring it back deep in their own zone.
Fontaine doesn't say too much to the referee, but the Rangers very close, I would think, to getting a 5-on-3.
Says he's okay.
Now, the puck took a strange bounce off the backboards when it was dumped in. And then here LaFontaine is going to the front of the net. You can see he was knocked down. Is that by O'Donnell? And then knocked down again as he's in front of Fiset. Watch here. That was Berg. I'm sorry, not O'Donnell. It was number 5, not 6.
And there's O'Donnell.
And the second was a little shove. The first one was definitely a trip.
His 800th NHL game as he closes in on some milestones in his outstanding career. 14th season in the NHL for Pat LaFontaine. Stumple and Craig Johnson on for LA. Karpovtsev to Kovalov. Leach racing down the right side. LaFontaine is in. Tries to center, is blocked. Graves looking for the puck. He wins it. Up to Karpovtsev. Drives it wide of the net. Leach across to Kovalov. Knocked it down. Back to Leach. Leach can't make a play. Forced back by Blake. Kovalov hit by Blake. Stumple takes the puck. Can't clear. Leach keeps it in. Kovalov finds it. Kovalov keeps moving. Cuts in. Shot blocked. Graves shoots. Save for save. Graves releasing that backhand quickly. Graves again. The pass intended for LaFontaine was broken up in front.
Graves scored a goal against the Islanders on the backhand. And another fairly successful shift by Kovalov to this point.
Kovalov on the move. Now Gretzky. Centers to Leach. His shot blocked by Blake and covered by Fiset. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Rangers moving the puck pretty well on this power play.
Yeah, but not getting the shot they want. Everything's happening, everything except for the actual shot towards the goal. Look at Kovalov. Fake going one way, goes the other. Tries to get in. See, does everything right except for can't get the shot. Finally, Graves does. But that was an angle shot on the backhand. And Fiset made a nice, easy save on the play. Well, I've been impressed with Alexei Kovalov. Sam, he's faster, he's bigger, he's stronger, he's smarter, and he is fun to watch through almost 5 periods of what we've seen this season. I mean, this is really special.
Gretzky on with Stevens and Savard. Karpovtsev and Driver. Gretzky's got the puck out to Karpovtsev. 15 seconds left in the power play. Driver deep to Gretzky. Gretzky tried to put it in front for Stevens. It was blocked. Kings doing a good job, and they come out with it. Perreault drives it, deflected off the end boards. LaPerriere and Driver for the puck. Down goes LaPerriere. He's on top of it. And the whistle stops play. 3:39 to go in the second period. Rangers unable to click on the power play. It's still 1-1. Join the Rangers' new American Hockey League team, the Hartford Wolfpack. You can see their games at the Hartford Civic Center. For ticket and scheduled information, call 860. I couldn't get the number down to you. 246-PUCK.
There's
Vladimir Vorobiev scoring one of their 2 goals last night.
A 2-2 tie. And look at Cloutier. Wow, what a save that was with a catching glove. 2-2 tie over 13,000 people in Hartford. And I understand it was a pretty good game. A very, very successful evening. Glad to see it. Glad to hear it. I hope it goes over well.
Cloutier made 44 saves in that game. A 2-2 tie with Portland. And Vorobiev and P.J. Stock scored the goals. So again, they're playing at the Hartford Civic Center. And for ticket and scheduled information, 860-246-PUCK. The number to call.
Losing the 2 Ferraros to Pittsburgh on waivers, I'm sure hurt the Wolfpack, but Neil Smith will continue to work to try and feed more talent to the Rangers' #1 farm club.
First Ferraro scored a goal
Yes,
last night. Peter had an assist.
You know, those guys, you think they're brothers, Sam?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
3:23 to go in the second. Have Luc Robitaille join us after the conclusion of this period. Dave Taylor, the general manager, the new general manager of the LA Kings. Sal Messina. Kings dump it in. No scoring here in the second. Hartford driving it all the way down. It rolls wide of the net. It'll be an icing on the Rangers. Rangers 14 shots, 7 in each period. Kings with 15, 6 here in the second. There's the captain of the LA Kings, Rob Blake. Boy, did they miss him last year. His presence, his experience, the shot.
And it looks like now a healthy knee finally for Blake. If he can stay healthy all the way through, boy, he'll be very similar to Brian Leetch with the amount of ice time that he'll get for his hockey club.
Terry Murray, the former coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, now scouting for the Flyers, in attendance tonight. Led his team to the Stanley Cup Finals. Things broke down, and he got the axe. Wayne Cashman, the new coach, but he's still in the organization as a scout.
Wayne doing a good job. They're tied 1-1 with Phoenix in the second period. Well, I hope Terry Murray gets another crack at it.
Oh, I think he will.
Good guy. Got his team to the Stanley Cup Finals and lost his job. He said he learned a lot. Very emotional. The firing, hard on families. He was quoted in the Toronto Star newspaper. Damian Cox did the interview about how his wife still gets very upset and breaks down.
Got 2 teenage daughters. It was
very,
very difficult.
He's a good guy.
Done a good job, and I have to believe, John, in this business, you know, there's a lot of turnover in the coaching ranks. I think one of the first guys that people will look at is Terry Murray.
And he said he learned a lot, in particular with the situation in the finals when he talked about his team choking. The other thing is, and I don't know how public it is, but it has been mentioned that he and Eric Lindros didn't seem to get along too well. Terry says he didn't know anything about it. Eric didn't say too much about it. But when your best player, franchise player, and your coach don't get along, it's a tough situation.
Yep. We saw it happen here.
Yes.
With Roger Nielsen and Mark Messier. Roger Nielsen's one of the most respected hockey men around.
Talked to Vindy Ruff the other day, coaching in Buffalo. I asked him who was.
Here's a chance for Ferraro. Hit the post. Big chance, and Ferraro banged it off the post.
And there's a
Richter with a save. There's a penalty upcoming on the Rangers.
Brian Leetch going for hooking. Boy, this Ferraro line, we mentioned it earlier. They've been the best line for the Kings here in the second. And he just smacks the goalpost. As we heard the noise of the puck hitting it, he was in. He had some room. And he appeared to be Richter, but couldn't get the puck inside the goalpost. He's moving in. He snaps it. Bang, off the goalpost. Brian Leetch, after the play continued, ended up losing position on a man and reached in and got called for hooking. Boy, that's a nice play. Gretzky tried to come back, but Ferraro couldn't get there. Ferraro took a rolling puck and snapped it. That was a good shot. And for the Rangers, fortunate that it only hit the goalpost, did stay out. Kings have a power play with 2:16 to go. Now over on the left side, you see Leetch lose his man. And I believe that was Rob Blake.
Yeah.
And the hook from behind, so Leetch sits.
Leetch for hooking at 17:44. Kings' fourth power play, 0 for 3. Ferraro coming so close.
Ferraro using a Nike stick. See many of those. Something new. Gretzky using the Hessler stick. That's a company that's been around since about 1908 in Canada.
Interesting.
He was saying,
we went to that.
Laura Price wrote a column today in the Newsday talking about Gretzky's old sticks using a Hesper. He said when he was 10 years of age living up in Ontario, you used to be able to buy 2 Hespers for 99 cents. Imagine that in those days.
Wow.
I remember that too as a kid, using, and the sales would come up every once in a while, and you run over and try and get as many as you can for as much money as, you're delivering newspapers. You try and make a few bucks, and you run over and try and get the sticks as as cheaply as possible. So Wayne just said, why not buy the company? Well, so he did.
There you go. Revival. Karpovtsev clearing all the way down. Blake and Galley, Stumple, Murray, and Robitaille for the power play. Rangers have Skrudland, Keane, Samuelson, and Karpovtsev. Just under 2 minutes to go, second period, tied at 1. All the way around it goes. Samuelson there, keeps it moving. Skrudland tries to clear and does. Harry Galley. Robitaille hit by Vukoboom.
He's played a hard game. Jeff Vukoboom has owned the boards so far in this game.
Then Murray stopped at the line by Driver. Vukoboom is there, offside. LA, 1:07 to go in the power play, 1:23 to go, second period. Following the second period, a chat with Luc Robitaille, Sal with Dave Taylor, and Bob Page at the MSG Sports Desk.
The Kings with a breakout, one pass and then a second one all the way up to Robitaille, and Robitaille knows, oh, here he comes. So he tries to change direction, and Vukoboom just pasted lucky against the boards. One thing we've seen that's been very evident here is the obstruction's been called, the hooking's been called, but when a team's on the power play, the referee is not giving the team a two-man advantage, so the players on the penalty kill are getting very rough.
Aki Berg. Rowe hit by Vukoboom. Driver to the puck. Fires it around. O'Donnell is there. O'Donnell takes the pass. Less than a minute to go in the period. Perreault with LaPerriere and McLean. Perreault's shot deflected into the corner. Aki Berg has it. Checked by Bill Bird. Vukoboom hit by Don McLean. LaPerriere's pass across. Teed up by O'Donnell for a shot saved by Richter. Bill Bird going for it. Aki Berg takes the puck. Lays it down low. Backhander McLean. He scores! Don McLean with his first NHL goal.
And LaPerriere retrieves the puck as the Kings take the lead 2-1 on the power play. Billy Berg went to get the puck out of the zone on the near boards, and one of the King players, and I'm not sure who it was, just moved right in and did not allow Billy Berg to get to the puck. That allowed the Kings to keep the play alive, and McLean scores from an impossible angle. Here's the play. Look at Berg go for the loose puck. Here's LaPerriere. Just drove him right off the puck, allowing the play as Berg kept it alive for the Kings, and McLean scores on a simple, innocent-looking backhand play. There's Berg of the Kings to McLean, who had some space. Richter left some room on the short side away from the goalpost by about 6 inches, and this kid scores his first NHL goal on the backhand. Look at the play by LaPerriere. Plays alive, and there's McLean scoring on the backhand, and the Rangers trail late in the second.
Don McLean, second-round draft pick of the Kings in 1995, had a strong training camp and made the team. And scores his first NHL goal on the power play. 1927 the time from LaPerriere and Aki Berg. And the Kings have the lead 2-1. Richter plays it off the boards, given away. Stumple moving with the puck. He shoots, blocked by Karpovtsev. Kovalov takes over, and that's it for the period.
So, you know, Sam, this may sound a little crazy. Again, we're in the second game of the season for the Rangers, but they need a strong third period simply because after tonight, 5 of the next 6 on the road.
Yep.
3 of them will be very tough going into Edmonton, the following evening in Calgary, and then into Vancouver. So for the Kings, they played a scrappy game. They have a 2-1 lead, and for Coley Campbell, he's got to try and find some formula here to get more offense from his hockey club.
Exactly right. You can see the frustration written on his face.
They're working, they're getting into the Kings zone, but they're not penetrating to the front of the net. They are not penetrating inside the slot to get the shots that they need.
Craig McTavish walking off, was talking with Coley Campbell. So the LA Kings on the goal in the last minute of the second period grabbed a 2-1 lead on the Rangers. Rangers scored first in the game early in the first period, a goal by Nicholas Sundstrom. And since then, it's been Craig Johnson and Donald McLean. Luc Robitaille has joined us downstairs on the Bob Stores Intermission Report. Luc,
is this Sam?
Yes, it is.
I just talked to you before the game.
Well, here we are again. kidding. Hey, we're good buddies,
Okay.
right? How does it feel being back?
Feels pretty good. If we keep playing like that, we're happy with our play. And, you know, anytime you come back to your old home, it's fun to play well and hopefully win the game.
Luke, your team did not play very well in your loss in Boston. It was a game where you were kind of disjointed all over the ice. What are you doing here in this game through 2 periods that seems to make a lot more sense, much better defensively?
We're taking pride on trying to be first on the puck or trying to be in the other team's face. And in Boston, we did that, but we broke down quite a bit. We made mistakes at the blue line, at both blue lines. And we know, obviously, against the Rangers, when they got guys like Wayne and Patty LaFontaine, if you do that, they're going to score. So we're trying to win the battles at both blue lines. And we know if we do that, we're going to get our chances, and hopefully we'll win the game.
Luke, it's great to see you. We wish you good luck always.
Thanks, guys.
Luc Robitaille joining us, end of 2. The LA Kings have a 2-1 lead on the Rangers. Sal with Dave Taylor in a moment.
And we're back at Madison Square Garden. We're after 2 periods of play. The LA Kings, a 2-1 lead over the New York Rangers. And our guest, the new general manager of the LA Kings, but not a new member to the LA Kings, a player for them for many years. And Dave, you have to be happy with the 2 periods your team has played tonight.
Yes, this has been pretty solid. We didn't have a real good outing against the Bruins the other day, but for 40 minutes here, we've been forechecking very well. We've been getting the puck on the net, and hopefully hold on for another 20.
All right, tough job. Your team has missed the playoffs the last 4 years. Your #1 priority when you took over this club?
Well, we have a rebuilding plan in place. I think if you look at our team last year, we had a lot of problems scoring goals, so we tried to get some offense over the course of the summer. We weren't a very good road team. We tried to add some size. Larry Robinson, our coach, he likes a big team, so we've been drafting that way. We think that, to withstand all the rigors of the travel that we have to go through, the 82 game season, it's nice to have some players with size that can withstand it.
You know, you talk about size, and you have quite a few big defensemen, and the young guy I was looking at, Aki Berg's had a couple of good periods.
Yeah, he has a lot of talent. He's only 20 years old. We've had him over here for a couple of years. It's a difficult adjustment for these players. They play over in Europe. Aki wasn't real strong in English when he first came over. He's working very hard on that. Used to the smaller ice, used to the more physical play, but he has a lot of tools, and he's going to be a great LA King for a lot of years.
When you talk about LA, you think of the glitz and the glamour, and right now Gretzky's no longer a member of the club. Are you looking ahead a player? There's been so many rumors about Pavel Bure being available and McGillney being available.
Well, we're always looking to add some key people, but we think the key there is to build a winner. I think that's what the fans of Los Angeles want. For many years, we've gone for a quick fix. We traded away our draft choices and our young players for that marquee guy or for the run at the Cup, but that hasn't worked. I think the proper way is to have some patience and to build through the draft. It's going to take us some time, but we're going in the right direction.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Thanks, Al.
Coming up, Bob Page with MSG Sports Desk after these messages.
In Madison Square Garden on the Bob Stores Intermission Report. It's time to look at highlights, and this one is close. Ferraro breaks in all alone.
It's a Kings rush. Ferraro hits the goalpost, and on the rush, the Kings continue to find a way to get the puck. Rob Blake had moved in, and you'll watch him here find the puck, get position on Brian Leetch, and Brian Leetch got called for a penalty. And on the ensuing power play late in the period, the Kings were able to find a way to take the lead 2-1. You'll see the shot there that Richter kicks out. The Kings continue to try to find the puck. There you see LaPerriere knocking Bill Berg of the Rangers off the puck. Aki Berg of the Kings feeds McLean. An innocent-looking backhand that found the short side on Mike Richter. McLean gets his first ever NHL goal. It's a power play goal, and the Kings have the lead.
Rangers will attempt to mount a comeback in the 3rd period. We'll be back with all the action in a moment. Here's a look at the 2nd period scoring summary. It's brought to you by your Tri-State GMC dealers, comfortably in command. Don McLean, first NHL goal in 1927. Power play goal from LaPerriere and Berg, giving the Kings the 2-1 lead. Shots 9-7 in each of the first 2 periods, 18-14 for the game. Kings 1 for 4 on the power play. Rangers 0 for 3 and only 3 shots on goal. Well, for a look at the Kings' perspective on things, Sal Messina spoke with Kings assistant coach Jay Leach moments ago.
Jay, heck of a play on that power play by Ian LaPerriere. I don't know if there was an assist given to him, but he made the play.
Well, it's funny because he really hasn't been a power play guy for us, but just on a hunch, Larry threw him out there. And we've got a young kid in McLean there, and we think very highly of him. So it's a good little matchup.
All right, pretty tough game. It looks like quite a few battles going on in front of each net.
Well, for us, we know who we are, and we know we have to play that way to stay in a game, especially against a New York Ranger team that's so skilled. So that's been our game plan, and really throughout training camp, that's the only way we've been able to have success.
Sal has been hustling throughout the day, but the only thing he didn't do was hustle into work late. He comes late to the meeting, and of all things, he said, the roads were closed. Well, here's the traffic in New York City. The roads
outside
were closed.
the garden, right in front of the postal building.
Unbelievable.
He walked in a half an hour late for our meeting and said that the streets were all closed in the city. Everything's closed down. He couldn't get here. You know, if that was you or me, we would have found a helicopter or something. Never late for a meeting.
Or a police escort, you know.
Tell you what, he does a good job.
Oh, Sal's been hustling all night. Look at the intense look on Coley Campbell's face.
He knows the situation, Sam. They're down 2-1. You don't panic over that. But he's got to find a way to get his team going here. Trying to work the bench.
Yeah.
Again, the Rangers hit the road after this game.
Skrudland, Berg, Kovalov, Carpenter, and Samuelson for the Rangers. Kings with Ferraro, Robitaille, Brad Smith, Blake, and Smolik. Rob Blake trying to move it. Ferraro touch pass for Luc Robitaille. Robitaille 462 career goals, 500 career assists. Skrudland moves the puck. Samuelson going in deep in the offensive zone with a hit on Smolik.
Samuelson played pretty hard considering the flu that hit him. He was unable to play against the Islanders and lost 9 pounds over a couple of days with it.
Berg leads Skrudland. Skrudland dumps it. Rangers change. T.S. Nordstrom.
Rangers playing Leach and Bookeboom with the Gretzky line. Leach obviously with Wayne to try and find offense.
Forced back by Stumple. Pass intended for Gretzky. Goes down and it's played by Gary Galley. Galley took a hit from Kevin Stevens. Kings moved down to the puck. Stumple, nice pass. Greg Johnson was spun around. Sundstrom out. Lets to Gretzky. Gretzky, 2 men around him. Kings able to clear to center. Gretzky to Sundstrom. Has to wait for Stevens to get onside. Rangers regroup. Nordstrom back court. Desai plays it. Kings have done a good job of keeping the Rangers shots on goal down. Keane shoots just wide. Good wrist shot that just missed the far post. Driver into the Kings zone. Fans trying to get into it with a Let's Go Rangers chant. Graves to Gretzky. Long shift for Gretzky. Try to find Graves. Keane was spun around. Graves takes the puck. Through to Gretzky. Moves behind the net. Keane top of the crease. Gretzky's in. The shot blocked.
And hit one of the Kings players on the ice. Hit him. That was lying on the ice. It caught the leg of the player. That was Gary Galley. Gretzky with a long shift. Remember, this is LaFontaine's line. You wonder about LaFontaine's conditioning. And Gretzky staying on for a long shift.
Around the boards, Finley is there. Finley plays it deep to Gretzky. Graves is in front. The pass blocked, taken away, and fired into the crowd for stoppage of play.
What this does now, Sam, is the 2 wingers that would be with LaFontaine, do they stay on the ice? That's Keane and Graves. You see Facet's way out. Can anybody get open? Keane takes a man out. That's Galley. Galley's down. And the shot from Gretzky was low and caught the leg of Galley. Here's the pass from Gretzky across to Graves, and it went right underneath the blade of a stick. The target, the blade itself, not quite on the ice surface. Gretzky had a pretty entertaining shift.
Yeah.
But still, the Rangers can't get that shot they need in on the Kings' net. So.
This is a great move.
Oh, yeah. He wanted to go up with it, I believe.
Yeah.
Gretzky did, but couldn't get it up. So now LaFontaine does come on the ice, and he's got different wingers. He's got Berg and Kovalov, and generally it's Skrudland that's with them. But what this does is add more offense for the Rangers.
Carpenter and Samuelson, the defense pair. LaFontaine won the face-off. Carpenter moves. Rich shot deflected. Trickles wide.
Similar to the play against the Islanders, where Carpenter, after the draw was one, took the shot. LaFontaine deflected it in.
Kovalov with a beautiful takeaway from Robitaille. Rangers are offside moving across.
Gary Galley has left and gone to the Kings locker room. He was the player that was on the ice to block the shot, the backhand from Gretzky, and then I'm not sure what happened after that.
17-11 to go, third period. Rangers down 2-1. Kovalov, LaFontaine, and Berg on for the Rangers. Opposite Ray Ferraro, Luc Robitaille, and Brad Smith. And LaFontaine wins the faceoff. Played by Sean O'Donnell. Comes loose. Kovalov swoops it across. Robitaille back for Aki Berg. Carpenter. Kovalov. Across to LaFontaine. Touch pass to Samuelson. 3-man across. Samuelson shot deflected on the way in. Bissett kicked it away. LaFontaine in the corner. O'Donnell trying to take it away. Kovalov moves in looking for it. He got tripped up on the play. Walked across, and LaFontaine goes for it. Aki Berg on him toward the net. Bissett stops it, covers it.
Gary Galley. Oh, baby.
O'Donnell and Kovalov.
Gary Galley in the Kings locker room, we've been told it's just a skate problem. Nothing of the medical nature. So, 2-1 Kings face off in the Kings zone. Sam, you know what she needs? She needs a little mustard on that.
Mustard?
Yeah.
That's dessert.
Got a little mustard on that cotton can.
You have strange eating habits.
No, I'm kidding. Come on. Kovalov lost the helmet as the Rangers worked the puck deep. He went down, pushing show. Oh, there's the shot. O'Donnell knocked the helmet off.
Berg moves it up the boards. Glenn Murray fell down. Leach shot hit Mike Keane. I believe it was Keane. Puck cleared out of the zone. Leach back for it. Early in the third period, edge in play for the Rangers.
Kings down 2 players as Ferraro's now gone to the locker room with an equipment problem.
Keane to Graves. Savard is on to try and give the Rangers a lift offensively. So it's Graves centering Keane and Savard, or maybe Savard's playing the center position. Graves. Leach. Down the boards for Keane. Keane to Savard. In front. Blocked by Bissett. Finley upcoming on the Kings.
Oh, baby. Is this O'Donnell playing hard? Man. The defenseman number 6. He took Savard down. He also took Keane down. Keane made a play where he moved the puck and then went to the net. And that's when O'Donnell knocked him down. I think he's been called for that infraction. And the Rangers, with some hard work here early in the third period, will draw a power play. This is Keane dumping the puck and then driving to the front. You can see how he was pulled off balance. And then O'Donnell continued, moved over here with Savard, knocking him down. The big defenseman takes a minor penalty, and the Rangers have a power play.
Welcome to the NHL, Mark. Oh, it's tough in the corners.
Kings keeping the Rangers outside as much as possible. And there you can see the infraction that was called, hooking call.
2 minutes.
Hooking the call at 4:20. Rangers' 4th power play. They're 0 for 3. There's O'Donnell taking down Savard. A hard hit. O'Donnell sits. Gary Galley has come back from the locker room. He's returned to the bench after the equipment repair.
Ray Ferraro's back too. I see him again on the bench. He had a problem with his helmet. So the Kings have all their players back and ready.
LaFontaine with Stevens and Gretzky. Leach and Carpenter for the power play. Smolek gets to the puck. Stopped by Carpenter. Intercepted by Rob Blake, who breaks out with it. Too far for Yannick Perreault. Perreault, LaFerriere, Blake, and Smolek for the Kings. Perreault trying to take it away. Now Leach. Lead to Stevens. Stevens to the net with a shot high off the glass. Past Gretzky. Perreault kicked it clear. Picks it up. Trying to break in 2-on-1 with LaFerriere. Perreault looks, fakes, and it slides into the crease. Is stopped by Richter, and Leach helps out. Gretzky. Pass off the skate of Perreault and cleared all the way down by Smolek. Graves on. Kovalov, Graves, and Gretzky on. Here's Driver carrying. Drops it into the corner and chases. Galley goes after. Graves missed the hit on Galley. Moved behind the net, Gretzky. His pass blocked by Galley. Graves reaches in. Pokes it loose. Off the boards. Kings get to it. Stumple comes out. And a nice lead pass. Breaking through Craig Johnson. Saved by Richter.
What a play by the Kings, and what a wonderful big-time save by Richter.
Craig Johnson has had himself quite a game.
Stumple just let him. He just threw the puck ahead, and Johnson fooled everybody.
Driver fires in. Rangers power play not clicking. Samuelson looking for it. Graves has it. Looks to make a pass all the way through. Driver turns. Pass to Savard. Savard, Graves, and Kovalov on. Perreault trying to take it away. Kovalov gets it to Graves. Back up. Interception. Samuelson took down Perreault. Kovalov battling Smolek. Out of the box comes O'Donnell. Teams at full strength. 13:30 to go. Third period. 2-1 LA. Savard held on to it too long, and it was taken away by LaFerriere. 3-on-2 Kings. Perreault. LaFerriere. He shoots blocked by Leach. Taken by Savard. Across to Mike Keane. Leaves it for Bill Berg.
Now the Kings have two 2-on-1s. They have a 3-on-2, and the Rangers never had a shot on the power play at all. Boy, Perreault moved in, and you know, Stevens, when you shoot on the power play high and wide from a bad angle, it's a problem. See where the puck goes all the way around. It's hard to handle in the Kings, but Perreault working Karpovtsev get themselves a 2-on-1. He hangs onto the puck too long here. He could have shot. There he went around, he went around, he went around, and Leach ended up breaking the play up. Now Stumple, watch what he does here. He just throws the puck ahead. And there's Johnson darting inside of Brian Leach, and Richter with his left pad makes a fabulous, well-timed save. There you can see Johnson. Look at the legs. He kept the legs going, and then went wide. Richter with a great, splendid save to keep the Rangers alive here.
Good strength. That last play was whistled down for a pass across two lines. Keane trying to fight off the check. Skrudland's got the puck. Keane, Skrudland, and Berg on for the Rangers.
Greg Johnson skating like Greg Johnson.
Luke Robitaille chased by Skrudland. Sean O'Donnell took a hit from Keane, turned it over to Vukovom. Pass goes through. Vukovom, and a big run by Vukovom, and he's going for a penalty.
I think the Kings are getting a penalty.
Yes, it is against LA.
And Vukovom, did he ever throw a hard hit, and then he was attacked by one of the King players who gets the penalty. Ray Ferraro looks like it's a left leg problem as Vukovom moved across. I mean, he's not taking any prisoners in this game.
I thought he might get called for boarding, but not against the Rangers. Against Larry Robinson lost a player to the penalty box and one to the medical room.
Yeah, he's kept control of his emotions. There's Ferraro. Man, Vukovom just moved in with a difference in size. He flattened Ferraro, and then Berg jumped on Vukovom, and Berg gets called for cross-checking. The puck's over a lot of boards, and Vukovom just finished his check after Ferraro had gotten rid of the puck. And you see Ray having trouble with his left leg. Sam, I think when he got hit, his left leg, the skate blade, was caught in the ice itself. He was hit, and I think either the ankle or the knee joint gave a little. And Ray has been, in my mind, the Kings' best centerman in this game. And that was after he had moved the puck, well after, so I thought Vukovom played it hard, and a marginal play. He got away with it. Berg took advantage of Vukovom, went after him and gets the penalty.
Rangers,
Sorry to interrupt that reaction thing.
Rangers get a break and are on the power play. They're fifth of the game. They're 0 for 4. Karpovtsev, LaFontaine, Gretzky, and Stevens up front. Karpovtsev and Leach play the points. And the puck goes up into the crowd. Did it touch the glass?
Yes.
Must have.
Yes, it did. Face off to the left of the goaltender, Fassé. Graves and LaFontaine have a power play goal apiece for the Rangers. They got both of those goals against the Islanders. So to this point in the season, the Rangers have one even-strength goal. That was the goal scored here in the first period by Nicholas Sundstrom on a great pass from Bruce Driver.
Low-scoring games in the NHL tonight. Phoenix and Philly 1-1 in the third. Buffalo, Tampa Bay 1-1 in the third. Colorado, Edmonton 1-0 Colorado in the second. And this one 2-1 in the third. Leach. Driver shoots, save, Fassé, rebound. back to the puck. Kings have Perreault on with Glenn Murray. Here comes Driver. In against Rob Blake. Taking on with Doug Smolik. Puck around to Gretzky. Smolik chases him. Stevens in the corner. Picked up by Blake with the hit. Stevens stays with the puck now. Gretzky. Back pass taken away by Glenn Murray. Able to clear it out. Driver's pass blocked. Stevens leads Leach. Gretzky. Leach. Back to Gretzky. Out. Driver's shot. Save made. It was Kovalov. Kovalov coming off the bench. Took the one-timer. Glenn Murray with Driver coming back. Driver takes the puck. 30 seconds to go. And the power play for the Rangers. Shots have been from long distance. Kovalov sends it in. The bouncer into the corner. Matthias Nordstrom. The Perrier tries to clear. It does get out to center. Picked up by Craig Johnson. Samuelson back. Shot it wide. Savard chips it off the board. Penalty call. Slashing is the call on Karpovtsev.
Back near center ice, Karpovtsev on the back check reached out and took the stick across the arm of one of the Kings players. An unnecessary play at the time. Your team's on the power play, only 8 seconds to go, and it was in the neutral zone. So that kind of stalls the Rangers' offensive thrust and takes the fans out of it a little bit. There's Karpovtsev 1 and then 2. Slashes to the defender, and there's a shot that went wide. That was LaPerriere, who was big on the goal that was scored by the Kings to take the lead. Here's the pass by Leach to Driver, pardon me. And Fiset, we don't talk too much about Fiset. The fact is he's only had 19 shots, but he's made some real good saves. So that was one of them off Driver, and the other one during the power play was off Kovalov.
When the Rangers have gotten some sustained pressure on him, Fiset has made some good saves.
I thought Kovalov is going to move in off the bench. See over here the change being made. Here comes Kovalov. And I thought when he took the shot, Sam, on the pass from Gretzky, look at all the open ice he has. I thought maybe he would move in. Instead, he decided to take the shot off the pass. I don't know if it ever got through to the goaltender or not.
Kings on the power play right now. They're 0 for 5. Excuse me, 1. Rangers are 0 for 5 on the power play. The Kings are 1 for 4. This is their 5th.
Well, Ray Ferraro has a twisted knee. He will not return.
Gary Galley with Rob Blake at the points. Robitaille. Joseph Stumpel. Brad Smith up front. Smith took a hit from Bukaboom. Leach fires all the way down. 2-1, Kings leading it. 10-10 remaining, third period. Go-ahead goal in the final minute of the second period. A power play goal by Don McLean. From Sydney, Nova Scotia. Scoring his first NHL goal. Off the corner boards, Driver chips it away from Stumpel. Out of the zone it goes. Sundstrom and Berg on for the Rangers. Blake pounded by Sundstrom. Smith moves it across. Hockey Berg's pass stopped by Driver. And Berg sends it all the way down. Bill Berg. 45 seconds to go. And the penalty to Alexander Karpovtsev. Shots are even at 19. Kings with a 2-1 lead. Go, where you go? Mike Keane and Brian Skrudlin on. Bukaboom. Back to the puck. Winds up. Off the boards. It was blocked. Keane able to get it to Skrudlin. And took down one of the Kings, Glenn Murray. Rangers move in. Leach's pass blocked by Hockey Berg. Leach again. Taken out of the play by Glenn Murray. Kings regain control. Outlet to Perreault. Bukaboom back. Yannick Perreault cutting in. Bukaboom got a piece. He turns it over to Mike Keane.
Brian Leach is really trying every chance he gets to make it happen offensively, even when his team's shorthanded. Now the Rangers are back to even strength after a good penalty kill. But the Kings have not given Leach very much room. Not at all.
Icing whistled on the Kings. 8:41 to go in the third. 2-1 LA leading it. Larry Robinson has lost Ray Ferraro to a knee injury.
See, Ferraro worked the puck, and then all of a sudden he looks up, and there comes Bukaboom. And his left leg is where the problem is, the left knee. And I think his skate blade was locked into the ice surface when Bukaboom hit him. And the only thing that gives in that point in time is either the ankle or the knee.
Sundstrom's pass deflected. Gretzky goes back to Bukaboom. Down low, Gretzky through. Blocked by Fisset with Stevens on the doorstep. Play by the goaltender. Puck lifted up into the crowd. Stops play. 8:25 to go in the third. Stevens was in position, and Gretzky tried to get it to him.
Rangers have outshot the Kings 6-1 here in the third period. Now Gretzky finds open ice in the corner. Stevens is in front. And the Kings not giving Kevin very much room at all. That was Rob Blake who moved across and didn't allow the pass to get through. Earlier we were talking about Brian Leetch trying to find room. This is on the penalty kill. He gets the puck and tries to feed it back on a give and go. There you can see Murray moving across. Brian trying to get loose and having a tough time of it against this really a swarming defensive game by the Kings.
Shot by Leetch, blocked. Blake gets to the puck. Roman Vopat can't clear as Bukaboom moved in and roughed him up. Still tangled up. Blake trying to move the puck. Perrier. Vopat dumps it in the Ranger zone. Richter comes out. Keane. LaFontaine and Graves. Sandy Moger lost control, has it back. Nordstrom will clear it out. The Kings have not made the playoffs since that run to the finals in 1993. 4 consecutive seasons out of postseason play. Committed to young players, but they brought in some veterans for some leadership, namely Galley and Robitaille. Provide some offense and some leadership. Sundstrom with a lead to Stevens. On to Gretzky. Gretzky against Galley. Toward the net, blocked by Galley, and Nordstrom has it.
Samuelson tried to jump in late, and he was picked up.
Gretzky finds Driver. Save to save. Puck still loose. Kings have it.
He stopped that with a blocker. Good setup. Great save.
Deflects across. Driver hustles to the puck. Galley moves it up the boards. Johnson able to clear it out. 6:50 to go in the third. Driver for Sundstrom. Gretzky moving on Nordstrom. Gretzky, the trailer, Leetch just off the bench. The Driver, poke checked away by Glenn Murray. Driver recovers, finds Leetch. Kings in a chain. Leetch holds the puck. Picked up immediately, deflected on goal. Fisset tried to steer it away. Gretzky moves it.
Rangers playing with a lot more desperation in their game. A much better tempo. Much better at finding loose pucks than what they showed earlier. And you can tell they're getting a couple of scoring chances because of it.
The transition has been good. Leetch cuts in and it's taken away. Great move, but help from the far side by Aki Berg. Stopped the rush by Brian Leetch. Puck goes into the crowd.
The Kings could do that because the Rangers were in the midst of a change. And when they were changing, Leetch really didn't have anybody to move the puck to, so the Kings could converge and work on Leetch. You see here, Leetch moving up. He beats one man, tries to beat the next one, does so, and then finally the third man moves across. That's Berg. And it's tough in this league to beat two men, let alone three. Gretzky looks around. There's Driver. Quick shot and a beauty, and there's the save as Fisset knocked it down with his right arm. Good setup by Gretzky and a good shot by Driver.
Kovalov shot saved by Fisset. Kept in by Bukaboom. Rangers have Kovalov, Savard, and Berg on the ice. Brad Smith denied by Leetch. Rangers keep it in. Leetch again able to keep it in the zone. Gets away from Perreault. Leetch tied up. Battling Rob Blake. Blake shoved him down and lifts the puck into the crowd. Face-off stays in the Kings zone.
Kings on their heels. They will miss Ray Ferraro, who's out with what we've been now told is a sprained knee. And he's certainly done for the rest of this one. Here's Leetch working, having a strong shift, picked up by Rob Blake, who's so strong. He knocked Leetch over, and then the puck went into the stands. Here's Leetch trying to work the puck. Blake, watch his foot. There, he kicks the puck ahead. He kicked the puck and the skate of Brian Leetch, making sure they got the puck away from his net. That's a legal play if you play the puck. Okay? What do you think?
I don't know. What do you
think? The puck was right there. Absolutely.
It's okay. Yeah. It's okay with you. It's okay with me.
Savard getting a little more ice time here as the Rangers need offense.
Along the board. boards. Savard for Kovalov. Kovalov finds some room. Takes the shot. Wide. Fired across by Robitaille. Samuelson works it around to Karpovtsev. 5:20 to go in the third. Berg. Savard swept it out to center. Kovalov hooks it in the King's zone. Battling Nordstrom. Giveaway by Fisset. Savard lost it. Misplay by Yannick Perreault. Robitaille across with Perreault. Shot blocked by Graves. And Kovalov with a takeaway from Aki Berg. Kovalov moves in. Berg stays with him. Savard picks it up. Kovalov taken down by Aki Berg. Savard checked by Robitaille. Puck around the boards. Kovalov without the helmet. Kings able to work it out to center. Leach recovers. And moves in again. Leach shoots. Blocked by O'Donnell. Puck knocked down momentarily, then cleared out by the Kings. Drivers got it. But pass by Leach, broken up by the Kings. Sean O'Donnell. Rangers zone. Driver sends it right out to Mike Keane. LaFontaine, Graves, and Keane on for the Rangers. Smolek back for it. Smolek lost it. LaFontaine trying to work it in front. Smolek takes it back. Gets it to McLean, who has the go-ahead goal in this game. The lead goal. It's all the way down for an icing. Kings are holding on here. Rangers applying pressure, but can't get it through. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser. Rangers applying some pressure.
Kovalov working with a young defenseman, Berg. Alexei tried to change speed and then move around Berg. That didn't work. Kovalov lost his helmet on the play. Was going to tap the ankle of Berg, but the referee was standing right there. But Kovalov has played hard in this game for the Rangers.
Kings trying to work it clear, and they do. Moger going for the puck, beaten to it by Leach. Drivers got it. LaFontaine, Graves, Keane, Leach, and Driver for the Rangers. Graves sends it ahead. Back forward, Doug Smolek. Smolek and Blake on defense. The Ferrier, Moger. To the forwards. For Moger, trying to clear, couldn't do it. Stumple is the third forward. Kept in by Driver. Fisset leaves it for Blake. Moger and Leach are tied up near the line. Leach keeps it in. Blake able to work it clear. Driver sweeps it across. Chipped ahead by Mike Keane. And Sandy Moger is back for it. Leach couldn't keep it in. Driver to Leach. Leach to Gretzky. Gretzky looking for the trailer. It was blocked. Sundstrom finds the puck. Being hooked by Craig Johnson. Gave it up to Rob Blake. Johnson will work it clear. All the way down it goes. Icing. Whistled on the LA Kings again. 2:49 to go. Yankees are in Cleveland tonight. Leading 2-1 in the sixth. In Game 4 of the division playoff series, and immediately following the conclusion of that game, we'll be on the air here on MSG Network. Al Trotwick and Bob Page with the Tri-State Jeep and Eagle post-game report, live from Cleveland and from the MSG Network studios.
Pretty good to see Doc Gooden. Must be having a good one for the Yankees tonight.
The Yanks are shot as they play in the bottom of the sixth.
Coley Campbell looks up. He sees 2:49 to go in the third period, trailing by 1. The Kings have the 2-1 lead. He's trying to get all his offensive players on the ice as much as possible.
Samuelson towards the net and wide. Nordstrom gets to the puck. Chased by Kevin Stevens. Nordstrom able to lift it clear. Samuelson got tangled up momentarily, but able to move the puck. Gretzky on with Sundstrom and Stevens. Nordstrom around to Craig Johnson. Tipped it out of the zone. Samuelson chases down. 2:25 to go. 2-1 Kings. Sundstrom scored first in the game for the Rangers. And the Kings coming back on goals by Craig Johnson to tie. Here's Stumpel moving in offside. The go-ahead goal in the final minute of the second period by Don McLean. The rookie scoring his first NHL goal. The LA Kings' last win at Madison Square Garden was in March of 1990. Luc Robitaille scored one of the goals.
It was on the Beezer. And that's a Gretzky pass. Puck's in front. I think that you'll see John Tonelli.
John Tonelli.
Wow, look at that.
Former Islander great playing with the LA Kings scored there.
There's
Gretzky in front,
beating
Tomas Sandstrom.
Wow. Sandstrom had 2 goals last night
For the Ducks.
for the Ducks as they beat Vancouver to even that series over Tokyo in 1 game apiece. I'll tell you, Sam, Timo Solani last night flying, owned the game.
Murray with a steal, but then the Rangers take it back. Ducks still without Paul Kariya. They split the 2-game series with Vancouver in Tokyo, 3-2, the identical scores. Now, how about Mark Messier suffering a bad Charlie horse in game 1 of that series and coming back to play last night?
On the line with Pavel Bure. Bure is really playing well.
Bure was flying. He really looked good.
He and Solani, that was some act last night.
Driver. Now the Rangers having trouble getting up ice. Graves plays it all the way across. It's knocked down. That's an offside on the Rangers. 1:19 to go, and time is running short on the Rangers. Phoenix has taken a 2-1 lead on the Flyers in the 3rd period. Buffalo and Tampa Bay in overtime tied at 1. Colorado leading Edmonton 1-0 late in the 2nd period. The other games in the NHL.
Sorry, Sam. The Kings have only had 1 shot here in the 3rd period. Just 1.
Wow.
The Rangers have had 9. Face's been perfect in the 3rd period. And Larry Robinson's team trying to learn how to win some games. Hardly been out of their own zone. Timeout now called.
Whatever Larry Robinson did in the 2 days between Thursday's game and tonight has worked because they have played a much better defensive game.
Well, they played, yeah,
they did.
Better defensively, but they also showed that they had some smarts to their game. Their goaltending was real good.
Yep.
Face's much better than what he was in Boston the other night. They did get the lead on the power play late in the 2nd period on a short side high shot by the rookie McLean. And the Rangers have not been able to get into the middle, look for rebounds, look for deflections. And the Rangers power plays had a tough night. 0 for 5, only 5 shots. And the go-ahead goal by the Kings on the power play.
All right, 1:19 remaining after the timeout. That is young Don McLean, 20 years old. He has the go-ahead goal in this game.
Probably a lot of money on the table for Los Angeles. Luke Robitaille wanted to win this one, so I think he put up a few bucks. And the player that gets the game winner usually collects the Fishnagels. A lot of players do these things early in the season when they play against their old teammates.
Richter is up by the hash mark, ready to go to the bench for an extra skater. Kings control the puck and get it out to center. Robitaille to LaPerriere for the long shot into the chest of Richter, drops it and covers it.
Mike wanted to, I think, if he could, replay the shot, handle it clean, and then be able to hand it off so there's not a face-off in his own zone. But knowing he only had 1 shot all period long until that play, looks like it may have stunned him a little bit too as he was flexing his left arm. The Rangers now need to win a face-off and set a breakout. Richter can get to the bench, and then the Rangers can have 6 attackers.
Rangers have 4 forwards on. The only defenseman is Brian Leetch. LaFontaine, Graves, Stevens, and Gretzky are on with Brian Leetch. As the Rangers trying to get control of the puck, thinking offense. LaFontaine won from Stumple. Leetch with the puck. LaFontaine has trouble. Greg Johnson on a deep forecheck. And a good one. Very aggressive on Leetch.
He's had a very, very strong game. Craig Johnson of the Kings.
Nice pass from Stevens to LaFontaine. Richter to the bench for the extra skater.
Kid Savard. Whoa, baby.
Say, almost misplayed it. He's got the puck.
The kid Savard comes off the Rangers bench to replace Mike Richter. The Rangers go with 5 forwards and Brian Leetch. Face had trouble. He had to play the puck off the backboards, and he did not handle a ground ball cleanly.
Final score in Tampa. I'll give that to you in a minute. John, here's another look.
Shoot in by LaFontaine that kept rolling to Face, and it spun right away from him. And you can see how close that was. Man, LaFontaine darted in. Had some kind of a jam play, but the puck did not go underneath the goal. Here's a good look at it. See the puck hit the stick? And Face had a lot of trouble. 48.1 seconds to go. LaFontaine won the last draw in the Rangers zone. He now takes the draw in the Kings zone.
Tampa Bay and Buffalo a 1-1 tie. That's the final. Each team 1-1-1 to start the new season. Goalies were Pupa and Hasek. LaFontaine and Yannick Perreault on the faceoff. To the puck, Savard out to Leetch. Wrist shot. Save for save. The rebound. Score! Marc Savard! His first NHL goal! Ties it at
2. Plays under review, Sam.
All right.
I don't know if anybody was in the crease or not. I saw the Rangers, LaFontaine, win the draw. Leach moved across. Stevens picked his man off to buy room for Leach. The shot was taken, and Savard scored on the rebound. Is there somebody in the crease? There's the shot. It's LaFontaine's in the goal crease. And you can see right away that Kings pointed. They knew it.
It's no goal.
Here's the original shot taken on the left side. There's LaFontaine by about 1.5 inches.
Yep.
His skate is in the crease by 1 inch. No goal. The Rangers had scored to tie it up. The faceoff will come outside the zone. 41.4 seconds to go.
Remember you talked about it the other night, John, that he's got to get used to that rule because he didn't play all that much last year.
Very true. The Rangers want some more time put back on the clock, or they want the Kings to use their timeout.
Well,
look at the amount of time that they're using. See, right there is LaFontaine. The puck had been out of the goal crease. LaFontaine stayed in, so it's no goal. That's the way the rule reads. Robitaille, his reaction at the Kings bench, knowing that the goal was disallowed. The Kings now have been forced to use their timeout, and it's 41.4 seconds to go.
So, what looked to be a celebration for young Marc Savard is taken away. And the puck, they have to give the puck back.
Yeah. Well, that's the rule. I mean, the Rangers got a very similar play the other night with the Islanders when one of their players had to skate. I think it was Chorsky, was it not? Or was it the Chorsky goal? I can't remember. But yeah, it was Chorsky. I think his skate was in by about the same amount that LaFontaine's skate was in the goal crease. And it's a rule that, I mean, you know why this rule's in place? Because a lot of players and a lot of coaches over the years told them, go bump the goalie, go get in the goaltender's face, go run him over, do whatever you have to do. That is exactly why this rule was put into place, to protect the goaltenders. Most teams have a goaltender like the Rangers. Richter making, I don't know, what does he make, $3 million, $4 million a year?
That's about right.
Mazzotti, the backup, makes $500,000 a year. Is a big difference. So the league is trying to protect their #1 goaltenders. Many coaches and many players ran goaltenders. The league has changed the rules, and this is the result of it.
Here we go again. For the empty net. Oh, hit the outside of the net. Good effort by the LA Kings. Rangers head back the other way. Leach. Fired in by Graves. Blake takes it from the stick band on the pass. Savard on him. Plays it off the glass. And up into the crowd it goes. 19.7 seconds remaining in the third. And a big face-off coming up.
Gretzky was wondering about an icing call, or maybe an icing call. When a shot was taken by the Kings on the empty net, it doesn't matter if the puck goes through the goal crease or not late in the game. Now, the linesmen are saying to Wayne exactly why it wasn't called for icing. He wanted an icing call at that time, and that would have added another 10 or 15 seconds onto the clock with a face-off in the same spot where it is now. Let's find out what happens here. That's because the puck was over center ice. That's why. The puck was over center ice. Good call by the linesman.
Good hustle by Sandy Moger. Just missed an empty net goal. LaFontaine on the faceoff.
He's been good on draws right there.
Leach from Savard. Savard after the puck. Blake on him. Centering feed. Trickle through. Gretzky is blocked. Rangers scrambling. For the next rebound. Score! Kevin Stevens ties it with 8.3 seconds remaining.
How about that? Whoa, baby.
And we're getting another review.
Stevens might have been in the crease. He was awfully close. Stevens was over on the far side of the net. And you know, Sam, I've just been told.
Oh, man.
No, I think he's in the crease. He was on the far side. He may have been in the goal crease. Look to the left side.
And
he's in the crease now. Now there, I don't think that's conclusive. You have to look at the overhead. Was the puck in the crease first, or was Stevens in the crease first? I don't even think that one's conclusive. The only one that's going to be is the is the one that's overhead showing what got in the crease first. Here's the look. Now there's Stevens. I can't tell. You know, that one, was the left skate in there first or only the right one? See, the puck coming from that side.
It's a goal.
That side.
It's a goal. And it's been ruled a goal.
From over top, that showed it.
Oh, my. One was denied. This one stands.
The people.
3 seconds to go.
They've erupted here in this building as the game's tied at 2. And for Luc Robitaille, man, talk about a game of emotions for him. And the fans now are right into it here.
And Kevin Stevens, the man who was traded here from L.A.
See, the overhead view, Sam, I think shows more that Stevens was in the crease, but he may have gone in the crease at the same time the puck did from the other side. See, now there's the puck. See, it's in the crease. Now Stevens' skate goes in. That shows it a lot better. Now, you can't see the left skate.
I don't think the left skate was in.
No, I don't either. So that's why the overhead view showed it nicely, and it's a goal, and now we go to overtime.
Wow. One was denied. The second one counts. Kevin Stevens with his first goal as a New York Ranger.
Wow, was that something or what? Talk about
what a wild minute. The Rangers pull the goaltender. They score a goal that was taken away. Then they scored one that stands. We're going to overtime in a moment. Talking to his captain, Rob Blake, as they prepare for overtime. Kings take another look at this play.
Now, you're going to see the puck when it enters the crease. When it enters the crease, that's when the feet of Kevin Stevens were spread apart, one behind the goal line, one outside the goal crease. Remember, the red line is part of the goal crease. That's something that's very important. Now, if we could just freeze it there, as the puck enters, you can see that skates out and that skates out. Now they're allowed to go in the crease because the puck's in the crease.
Once the puck is in the crease, you're allowed to go in.
This is so close. Wow. It's unbelievable. But a good job by the people upstairs disallowing the first one. There's no doubt LaFontaine was in the crease. And on this one, there's no doubt that Stevens was not in the crease, even though it was very, very close.
The video replay judges John DeMonte.
Another look at it. Stevens banged the Brian Leetch pass into the open side, and we go to overtime. Shots, by the way, were 13, make that 12-2 Rangers in the third period, and the Kings shot. I remember the last one was a long one from the blue line, and I don't even remember the first one.
Stevens from Leetch at 1951 to tie it. Rangers' first 2 games of the season go to overtime. Kings' second overtime in 3 games. Bill Berg to the puck. Blake is back. Berg looking. Got deflected across. Samuelson in deep. Berg in the corner. Works it around to Skrugland. Centers for Kovalov. Save Fisset. Oh, Rangers with a big chance, and Fisset came up with a save.
The Rangers got hungry here in the third period. They've dominated.
Bill Berg leaves it for Pat LaFontaine. Looking. Hooked by LaFerriere off the play.
I meant here at Madison Square Garden in the third period. We're now in overtime.
Robitaille dumps it in. Forget we'll be with you at 9:30 Eastern Time Wednesday night from Edmonton when the Rangers meet the Edmonton Oilers. First of a 3-game road trip. Calgary on Thursday night, Vancouver Saturday night. Kings setting it up. Played ahead by Nordstrom. Robitaille against Leetch. Leetch takes over. Minute 15 gone by in overtime. Graves. Bookeboom. Crowd alive. Bookeboom took a hit from Nordstrom. Galley to the puck. Keane on him. Ties him up. Graves moves in. Galley trying to work it up the boards. Blocked again. Gretzky takes it away. Hooked by Galley. Gretzky in front. Save Fisset. He's got it.
And Gretzky won the loose puck along the boards. Moved in front, got the backhand shot. Fisset made the save as the Rangers have won a lot, and I mean a lot of loose puck battles here in the third period and overtime. Adam Graves ended up on his back on the play. There's Gretzky beating his man. Fisset's there, led with his goal stick across as Gretzky tried to slide it into the far side of the net. Here's Keane working the boards with Galley. Graves is there, and Gretzky will fish the puck away from everybody. Here he comes. Bang. He just squeaks it away from Galley. Now, the goaltender has to use a stick, which he does. He got it down and made a good save.
A minute 35 gone by in overtime.
Again, watch the goalie's stick here. He's got it out in front of him. He follows the puck. He gets it down. And at the last second, makes the save on Gretzky.
27 shots in the game for the Rangers, 20 for the LA Kings. Gretzky wins the face-off to Leach. Leach couldn't get a shot off. Sundstrom backhanded by Gretzky. Save Bissay, and the Perrier moves the puck. Rangers continue to dominate play. Here's Leach. Now Sundstrom. Wide of the net. Stevens along the boards. Moger able to clear to center. Works it across. In comes Hockey Berg. Drops it off. Gloved by Richter on the flip shot by Don McLean. Stevens moving with the puck. Gretzky to his left. Gretzky back pass to Driver. Driver shoots. Save for save. Rebound loose. And the Kings able to get to it first. Sundstrom. The Driver is in deep. Driver to Gretzky. Gretzky in front. Sundstrom save.
Baby, what a save. What a pass.
Wow.
What a pass. Gretzky off the goal net. A great shot, and somehow Bissay reached behind him and made the save.
He has just made some fabulous saves to keep the Kings alive. Here's Gretzky tied up. Stumple to the puck. Gretzky after him. Now Rob Blake. 3 minutes gone by in overtime. Stumple couldn't play it. Karpovtsev got the puck. Stumple on the forecheck with Glenn Murray. Karpovtsev forced back. Finds Kovalov. Kovalov, Skrudland, and Berg. Berg. Skrudland down the right side. Skrudland against Galley. Berg tied up by Blake and Stumple. Skrudland. Leach with a backhander. Glove by Bissay. Juggles and holds on.
And again, the Rangers smart plays. I mean, Berg fired the puck in. He fired the puck right around the back of the net. Skrudland was over there waiting for it. Earlier, Gretzky passed the puck, and it looked like he had no shot, reaching for the puck to make the pass. But watch what he does. Right off the bottom of the net. Out to Sundstrom, quick shot. Oh, man, how did he stop that one? That might have caught the webbing above the thumb on the catching glove of the goaltender, Bissay. Here's another look at it. He moves across, shot, hit the post. It hit the post. That's what it was. I couldn't figure it out. That's a good replay there, showing that Sundstrom hit the goal post. Bruce Driver with a shot. The rebound will come to the near side. The goalie doesn't know where it is, but the defenseman Smolak does, and he clears it away. Here's the post shot to the left side. To the left side. Oh man.
Shots are 4-1 in overtime in favor of the Rangers, who came so close.
That time Stevens was outside the goal crease for sure, in case it went in. Rangers have won a lot of draws here in overtime and in the third period in the Kings zone. This time it's Skrudland against the Perrier. Remember, no Ray Ferraro injured his knee earlier in the game. He would have been used a lot. He was playing very well at the time of the injury.
Perrier able to win the face-off to Sean O'Donnell, lifts it out of the zone. Kings hanging on. Bissay made some brilliant saves and then got help from the post on the Sundstrom shot. The dump in, steered to the corner by Bissay. Kovalov after it. Centering pass intercepted by Robitaille. Kings clear. Leach has it back. 1:10 remaining in overtime.
LaFontaine on for the last minute. He hasn't been on here in overtime, I don't think. So he should have some energy.
Around to Sean O'Donnell. Up to Robitaille. Able to fire out. Less than a minute to go in the game. LaFontaine back for it. Rangers changing. The puck deflected. Comes back to Rob Blake. Samuelson and the linesman combine to stop Craig Johnson. 44.8 seconds to go.
Sam, when the alarm clock went off, and that was at the beginning of the third period, the Rangers played pretty darn well. Really well, as a matter of fact. Up until then, it was kind of a game that the Kings owned in their own zone defensively. They did a good job. But when the tempo got upgraded and the Rangers started winning some battles for loose pucks, the whole complexion of the game changed.
Don't forget, Yankee post-game on MSG Network immediately following the conclusion of the Yankees and Indians playoff game. Brought to you by the Tri-State Jeep and Eagle dealers.
That's 2-1 Yankees in the 7th.
Bottom of the 7th. Al Trotwig and Bob Page will anchor for you. Al from Cleveland, Bob from the MSG Network studios.
This will be icing as Rob Blake gets back. The pass went right over top of the blade of Gretzky's stick with 34.4 seconds to go in overtime. Now the Rangers have a decision. Who do they use for the draw? Here comes Brian Skrudland.
Defensive zone.
That's right.
Final in Philly. Phoenix with an impressive road victory, 2-1 over the Flyers. Flyers' first loss of the season. They're 2-1. Phoenix with Nikolai Khabibulin in goal, winning.
That's after the Coyotes were shellacked in St. Louis. I think it was St. Louis, right?
Big time.
Yes.
Phoenix 2-1 on the season. Flyers 2-1.
LaPerriere and Skrudland.
And LaPerriere.
LaPerriere won the last face-off, but that was in the Kings zone.
Rangers control. Keane getting it back to Leach. Leach and Carpenter, Skrudland, Graves, and Keane. Keane. Skrudland picks it up. Keane dumps it in.
Skrudland goes to the bench, and Gretzky replaced him now for the last 20 seconds.
And he gets to the puck. Off his stick, Carpenter. Down to Gretzky, trying to sweep it in front. Taken away by LaPerriere. Able to clear the zone, 10 seconds to go. Out to Keane. 5 seconds to go. Leach, one last rush. He shoots. Stick save for save.
Man, you never know, do you? You never know. 0.4 of a second to go. Fisset with about 1.5 seconds to go makes a good stick save off of Brian Leach.
And now with one last face-off, Mike Richter has gone to the bench, and the Rangers get 6 skaters on.
Gretzky fed Leach. Graves overskated the puck on purpose to let Leach have it. There's the shot and the save, the puck going into the stands. The Rangers now will need a left-handed center to take the shot as the puck is dropped, as the face-off will be to the right side of the goaltender. Robitaille watching the play here in the last few seconds. Looks up, sees the shot, and goes, So here we go. It'll be Adam Graves, a left-handed shot.
Now, with the money on the table, if it's a 2-2 tie, does anybody...
That's a good point.
Anybody get
Maybe he'll save it for the game in Los Angeles,
all right,
which is in February.
That's it. The Rangers have now played 2 2-2 ties. Stéphane Fisset and the LA Kings have yet to win this season, but they played a solid road game tonight.
Well, they played 2 real good periods where the Rangers, I don't think, played very well for 2 periods, and then all of a sudden the wake-up call was there, and the Kings at that point left it up to Fisset, who had a very strong 3rd period and overtime for his hockey club.
So the Rangers walk off still without their first win. Kings are 0-1-2. And the Rangers are 0-0-2. Fisset accepting the congratulations. Rangers getting goals from Nicholas Sundstrom and Kevin Stevens. And as they talk over with Mark Fawcett and talk things over. Rick Green and Mark Fawcett discussing that goal. Kevin Stevens, the number 3 star in the game. Mike Richter made 19 saves in the game.
He's been solid through training camp and been solid through the beginning of the season for the Rangers.
And a good choice. Number 1 star, Stéphane Fisset, 30 saves. And in the 3rd period and overtime, he faced 18 shots. And the only one that beat him was the Kevin Stevens bat-in at the side of the crease. Rangers and Kings, a 2-2 tie. We'll be right back.